everybody. So what? Body.
Got it popping, bro.
All right, followed the way to samurai, man.
Nice.
Followed the way, man. I don't know. It said chat. I said I hit the chat. No, don't
Let me
know
see.
how it's looking
Let,
at YouTube.
let me get on over here and see what's happening.
All right,
Up, 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 up,
got good chat.
up.
Good chat.
Yeah.
All right,
We got a
chat room
chat
in the
room,
building.
bro.
Let me lift out.
We got a chat room, bro.
All right.
So that's how you do it, man.
Man, I didn't say it was gonna be easy.
Man, that's why I said I get in here with you, just in case.
All right.
That's
I knew.
cool. So yeah, I hate that they got it set up so stupid. It's two different things that does the same thing. Literally does the same thing.
I don't. Okay, I guess it was a later one. Let me hit that thing.
Yeah, you
It
still
was
got
so.
the first one up there. You probably want
Yeah,
to erase that.
I tried to. It wouldn't let me. Let me. Okay, chat room in a building. All right, let me try to get rid of that son of a gun. Well, I think it's time for another couple minutes. So it won't let me get out because it was locked in. It's like it's saying
Okay, probably processing the old video or whatever.
hello.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we in here.
See y'all. I see y'all got your little Miles. Get take that young fella under your wings, man. He let him learn a little something about that hip hop, man.
You know what's cool about? I refuse to call him G Hop, man.
How you? I heard that. Cause I didn't watch it until you sent me that Gmail. I was like, man, boy, almost tears come to my eyes, man. Man, nobody never do that for me, man. Like you, listen, man. That was something, man. You're a good dude, brother. I
Hey
want the
man.
whole world to hear that. It's that dude right here.
Hey man, I've been there. Like I said, I remember doing that before, setting everything up, and Cass was like, "Yo, we can't see it, or we can't talk to you, or whatever," and having to go through cancel it and go through the front end, all that kind of stuff. I had to do that,
Right.
man. It's nuts.
So I need to. What I'm gonna do is, okay, got the link here. I think this is gonna be it. Copy, paste. I don't think that's it. I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, because then you can send the link from the back end, the one so you can send. That's the I think that's the one to actually watch it, the one you just posted.
All right.
But if you wanted to send the link so people can join, you got to get that from the back end.
Of YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay. I
I
mean,
still
it's
think
sweet. I mean,
you know what? I think it's the joint up top too, at the top of the Hangout screen.
all right. Let me try it.
I think that's the same one, and people can click on that.
Oh, okay. Didn't see that one there. Oh man. Still on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Boy, you guys and you and Gadget make it look so easy, man.
Hey, I don't do it.
Hey, I was that Friday I had off. I'm like, I remember I was at work and y'all sent the link and I was like, man, I hit the button and my had my other laptop is lit up. I'm like, oh man, I'm cool. Man, I'm like, yeah, boy. Like a dang on deer headlights, man.
That was crazy because I saw you popping up like you had followed. I think it was my CMA G plus, and then you had followed my personal G plus, and then you were in the chat that night. I was like, oh word, and that's when we got cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like being when we went through the hangout that night. Why is this beeping? Oh, Jay Mitch is live. He's doing something on Periscope.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, that dude there. I heard a couple. I heard his 1 minute beat thing.
Yeah, Jay Mitch is dope, man. I've been watching. I actually, true story. I actually downloaded Periscope so I can watch his broadcast, man.
How's Periscope work? Never. I've
I
heard
don't.
about
I
it.
refuse to mess with it because you have to do everything with your phone, and I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
nah, bro. Look, dude. I got a broadcast degree.
Oh.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
confused.
I put out, I would like to think fairly high quality stuff, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm not about to sit there, and no disrespect to him, no disrespect to CX or anybody else that does it, but I'm not about to sit here and try to rig up my phone
Uh-huh.
just to freaking broadcast. I got a YouTube channel for that. And I've been trying to build my own live stream system over at CMA, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
What
like,
do you?
nah, I'm not about to go through all that.
Yeah. I can't. Now that we're on that, and being how computer, illiterate I am, I have Instagram, and I can't post anything on my computer. Only my phone or my tablet. Is that normal?
What happened?
I can't post anything from my PC. It won't let me. It won't give me the option to post anything from there.
To
So
what?
to Instagram.
You gotta upload it because you gotta make it a video first.
Right. Okay. So I can't. Well, of course. All right. I have to do some. I kind of got frustrated with it, and I put it on my tablet, and I've been doing it that way. But like you
Mm-hmm.
said, I wanted to sit at the computer and at the command center and you know do what I got to do. But
Okay.
yeah, now that you said that Periscope's like this, I won't be doing that. Well, not that I would. That's something I like to sit at the captain's chair, man, and do everything, man.
Right. Exactly.
Had a phone hooked up to all kind of stuff. No thanks. But
Nah, I'm not. Because I sit there and I watch all the stuff that CX goes through to get his thing popping, so he can do like the Facebook streaming or whatever.
uh-huh.
I'm like, man, look.
He streams from Facebook, but okay.
Yeah, you gotta have that's what's so garbage. You gotta have an iPhone. That's the only way you can stream on Facebook is if you got an iPhone.
Oh, I don't do iPhone, man. I
Yeah,
refuse to
exactly.
do iPhone. No, that's
Exactly.
for them. You know, once I guess an Apple, like my wife's like that. She loves Apple. Everything is Apple. I got an Apple iPad 2 that I just got last year, and I spent pennies for it, but
Word.
there's no way in hell I'm spending $600 for anything.
Nah, I'm good.
No.
And then the killer part about that is people do it once or twice a year.
Right.
Every time a new iPhone or a new iPad or a new MacBook or whatever comes out, and now you got the iWatch or whatever it's called, the Apple Watch. Nah,
Yeah.
bruh.
Do it.
They upgrade this stuff every year. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Thing I want to say about Apple, they dropped the ball, and I remember because Apple at one time when they had first came out with the iPhone, they were years ahead of everyone else that was they had the videos. I mean, I think BlackBerry was just
From
coming of
what I
itself.
understand, they were not. I could be totally wrong, but I've heard a couple of different stories saying that whole when the iPhone came out and then you were able to do all the pinch and make things expand on by using your phones or whatnot. From what I heard, Microsoft created that first. I could be wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but Microsoft were actually working on stuff like that, and maybe it was a coincidence and they got to the joint first. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know.
I think the last couple of years, what I've seen, I think the Galaxy when they start getting that momentum, they make Apple look like crap.
Yeah,
Apple didn't change with the times.
no.
They didn't change with the times. They thought they had a
There's a
product.
dude. There's a lot of stuff that they slept on.
Galaxy took them out. I got seen a Galaxy. I'm ashamed to even whip out my iPad, man. Guy has the one of those Galaxy, real big ones. I think it's like a 10-inch. That thing does more things, and I mean the apps. I mean the apps are the same, but the things that it do. I mean, does it that it does.
Right.
Apple. I don't, I got a regular tablet sitting here, man. About 5 or 6 years ago, I had an iPad, But
Right, exactly.
that's the only thing I'll do Apple, man. Is the iPad. I do like the iPad because I'm used to it, but iPhone, that's out the question.
Right, exactly.
So what do you what so tell me what is Mr. Roche, what does your day consist of? What do you
uh my day my day is depending on the day. That's just being very real, depending on the day. But I try my best every day to bang out some kind of tutorial or review, some beats, some voiceovers. I try to do, my goal is to wake up every day and knock out at least one of each talent that I have.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Be it the voiceovers, the beats, the tutorials, reviews, I try to do something like that every day. And to be honest, it never goes that way. It never goes that way where I might be able to get one or two things done, but I can never get all things done. And it's not that I'm lazy. It's not that I don't put the effort in or whatever, but it's always something coming up to prevent me from doing so.
Right.
Always. Like yesterday, this is a great example. I actually had, I think I had like 7 things on my task list yesterday, and I got just about all of them done except for 2. And the only reason I didn't get those last 2 things done is because as I was finishing one, which was to send out an email, talking about to the members of CMA, it was to send out an email and talk about stuff that I needed to talk about for upcoming events and whatnot. As I was getting ready to send that out, the site goes down. And I had to sit there and go back and forth with the people at the at my hosting company. Like, the hell's going on, dog? My money is paid, everything is good. And it took us like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours to really figure out what's going on between my side and their side.
Wow.
And that's the stuff that happens to me on a regular basis that prevents me from getting a lot of stuff done. It sucks.
Right.
But that's what I try to do, man.
Now that we're on it, can you tell us a little bit about what your company consists of?
What you talking about, CMA, or you talking
CMA.
about or entertainment?
Let's give it to us. Each subsidiary of.
Well, it's as I was telling you before, my old rap name was D Energetic, Tashir D Energetic, and I actually named my company is Entertainment LLC.
All right.
So I actually have, I guess you could say, 2 divisions. One is is all the voiceover stuff that I do, and that's voiced by Tashir. That's I've done commercials, I've done small audio books and stuff like that. Of course, drops, DJ tags, all that kind of stuff. I said that totally backwards. Beat tags and DJ drops. But yeah, I've done all of that. And then the other side of it is Computer Music Academy, and that's all me doing the tutorial stuff for like Ableton and Machine, the beat making stuff. Now that we do the weekly homework assignment and the different podcasts and plug-in reviews and
you stay
other
busy.
Tutorials.
You stay busy.
I have to.
Awesome,
it's the only way I can pay bills.
That's awesome, man. There's 100 million people out there that wish they could do what you did. You do, man.
I wish I could do it too.
Just to pay the bill. You do this to pay the bills.
Yeah,
I wish I could do something like that to pay the bills. I'll never work a day in my life, man. And I mean, it's gotta be surreal sometimes, man.
It's nutty, man, because I love doing what I do. I don't know if you ever caught my backstory or whatnot, but my whole journey with what I do right now started with working at Guitar Center.
Mm-hmm.
And why not? The only reason I went to Guitar Center is because at the time I needed a job.
Right.
And a friend of mine named Jules, Julius. But he was working there at the time, and I just happened to go up there one day, and he was like, "Yo, we hiring," and I was in desperate need of a job at that point, and ended up getting hired in not even 2 weeks later. And my whole thing is at that time I was still trying to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, well, I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna work and pay some bills and whatnot, but I'm still out here doing shows and I'm gonna go on the road and all this kind of stuff. And I ended up staying there for 6 years. I ended up becoming one of the, at least while I was there, at least in the 2 stores that I worked at, I was one of the top salesmen,
I can
in
see that.
those 2 stores. And this is from somebody who I didn't have a lot of knowledge of gear when I first started working there. I knew about drum machines, I knew about stuff in studios and recording and stuff like that a little bit, but I didn't have the deep knowledge that I have now. I acquired all of that through being there and then just over these last several years.
Right.
But
That,
go ahead.
I was going to ask, did that ever get you? When did you? And have you ever been part of production? Have you just said, "Hey, did that get you closer to?" Because you say you rapped before that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do production before that?
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay,
I've always done, for the most part, I've always done my own beats
okay,
because it's a crazy story. I used to my pops, he actually got me in the studio for the first time when I was like 13.
wow,
Yeah, bruh. When I was like 13. But you know, after I went to the one studio out here, it's called it's underneath the Recording Institute of Detroit, but there's a studio called Side Stick Studios. And that was the first one that I went to. I went to a couple of times, but then somehow I found this other studio that was in somebody's house. This dude named, I don't know if it was the DJ. I don't think it was, but there was a DJ out here in Detroit called Reggie Reg. But I've I would this dude that I was going to his house to record a couple of times. His name was Reggie Reg. Also, that's
mm-hmm.
what he went by. Anyhow, after I went to Reggie's house and saw his setup, I was like, well, shoot, I want to start trying to do this myself and get my own setup at home. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting a little money together.
Right.
And little by little, I set up my own little studio in the basement. I have my little two tape decks. And for anybody that remember that. But yeah, I ended up buying my first pieces of equipment, of semi-professional equipment, which was a Roland DR 550. I don't know if you remember them joints.
Yes, I do.
The
I remember
Dr.
having
Rhythm.
I remember the Dr. Rhythm joints. I had
Yeah.
a ASR sampler myself, man.
Well, I got that later.
Man,
But but keep in mind, this is at the time, this is a kid that's 14, 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. I was 20, man, 24, 25 when I first got an ASR.
Word.
I was like a 10-year-old, man, at Christmas Eve, So I could imagine at 14.
Yeah. As I said, I bought my own stuff. I bought that, and then my father and my stepmom, they actually had, they went in half hand for me with me to buy my first little keyboard. That was somewhat decent. It was a little Casio joint, what they did in what's the joint? What's the movie? Hustle and Flow.
Oh yeah.
That was basically what I was doing. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that movie, I'm like, oh dog. That brought back memories.
You ever pause tape mixed?
Huh?
You ever do any pause taping?
Oh yeah, of course, man.
I thought I was I did that CD players. I had a CD player and I had a double tape deck. And I remember that was the year I was in the service at the time. I was in my my barracks and whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police.
Okay.
And I saw had something on the stakes inside said whoop whoop, that's the sound of the poor. So
yeah.
I recorded I had the KRS and then I had the board. Then I take the song and when I'm playing it, I'll be pausing a little bit and it'll be jumping. Dun,
Why am I getting a call? Who is calling me? Oh, Rod's calling. Oh, okay. I gave a couple people the link. I think I might have gave them the wrong joint. Let me see here. Because I'm like, what? Who the hell is calling in? Okay. Nope, that's still not the one. At least it's that might be the one. Okay. That should be the one where he could actually get in. Because I'm wondering, like, who the hell is calling me? Like, what the hell? But yeah, what was I ready to say? Oh damn, I lost my train of thought.
On Paul's tape mixing, I was saying
oh yeah, with Paul's tapes. Yeah, I did that a little bit. But like I said, at this point, you know, I'm like 16. I got me a decent little drum machine. It didn't have any it didn't have any 808 or anything on there. So what I ended up doing was taking a tom and pitching it down to make the 808 bass.
Wow.
It works. Trust me, it works.
I checked out the other. Sorry, cut you off, man.
No, it's all good.
See, you're into you're doing the tutorials. I seen you checking out it was on your Google Plus. It was this new synth or something, and you were
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. It still come through blasting music.
That's the plot thickens.
For real,
Go take next one again. USA.
Oh, were we DJing now?
Yeah, Latin George. A little spot where young men and young women go to experience their first little taste of the nightlife.
What's happening?
What up with you, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear me. Perfect. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. Got that?
Hold up. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
How's that?
Oh, yeah, you good, bro. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you familiar with DJ Widebody, dude?
Nah.
Okay. Well, DJ
I've heard the name.
AKA Aaron Sowell. This is my man, Mr. Wallace from Computer Music Academy. He's one of my dudes right here, man.
I think he was on the
first. What up, though?
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, he's been on a couple hangouts.
Yeah, I've heard him. He was on the first one. He was banging them bangers out.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, Widebody is getting ready to start up a little like talk show himself. So I said, I wasn't gonna be able to do it on Sunday with him. I said, well, we can just do like a little test stream tonight. I help you get set up and everything. And I was like, sure,
okay.
We can call some of the homies.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You doing it as a hangout, Widebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it as a hangout.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Matter of fact, Widebody, I'm booking you a guest right now. Mr. Wallace is booked.
Okay.
He's the man. I mean,
Sunday
at what is it, at 8 or is it 9?
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm going. You know what? I think I can do that. That's next Sunday. I got something I got to do.
Love to have you, man. Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, with Wallace, I don't know if you even peeped the hangouts, man, but you know what he does is perfect for your format, because I know you're gonna have like people from different walks of life and whatnot. And Wallace, you know, for the lack of the proper term, Wallace is a teacher, but he also gets a chance to teach music production in a real school, in a high school.
Wow. That's right.
And
That's
he's a sick producer himself.
Yeah, I've heard him. I remember the first hangout. That was you and him. That's, you know, I feel like I know y'all like before I even spoke to you. You know, it's like now I'm talking to y'all. But that's good, man.
Praise God. Thank you, man.
I mean, that's good what you're doing for the
I appreciate that, man.
Man, like what you're doing for the culture. These young kids gotta, you know, you get to mold them at that molding stage, man, when they're young.
Yeah.
They're like lint traps, I think.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I'm anxious to get back, man. We've been off all week. I'm anxious to get back and get to work with them. We're gonna do an event like in May. It's like a showcase of everything that they've been doing. And yeah, it's been fun. They got some real talent too. That's what's crazy.
Oh wow.
What do you guys
Some
use
real
in the
talent.
school? What do you guys use in the school?
Have we have a lab that's set up with 25 workstations, each with Reason 7, Focusrite interfaces, microphones, microphones, headphones, things of that nature, MIDI controllers, Axiom MIDI controllers. So the class is really set up as an online course where the students come in the morning or come in at the beginning of class. They log into Google Classroom. They get their activities directly from there and their assignments and the videos that they may need to watch or the tutorials that they need to watch. And then when I told the instructor about what Tashir does, he actually went as to kind of almost structure it in a similar way, whereas they have an assignment to complete every week that illustrates whatever skill they were supposed to learn. They turn it in, they showcase it during class. It's a whole bunch of fun. So, the kids are really getting a lot out of it. Definitely.
That's awesome, man.
Definitely.
You never work a day in your life doing that, you just 'cause you're enjoying it so much, man.
Yeah. So the program has an instructor. You know what I'm saying? I'm an administrator at the school, so I supported it in purchasing a lot of the equipment, in terms of popping in terms of doing demonstrations and all those things. And then we're interfacing with the local industry. So we've had Nick Speed was there last week.
Oh,
I ran into Mike, and I didn't get a chance to see him when he was at the school. And I'm like, yo, you was at my school last week. And, so that's been real cool. Yeah, he's a real cool guy.
Nick is his family,
real
man.
Cool guy.
We goes back some years, man. I think I've known that dude since. Matter of fact, with everybody that I know in the scene, we've all known each other well over 15 years, most of them anyway. And Nick is one of those people because I met him.
Okay.
I met him when I was out there doing shows with like One Below and Majestic Legend and all that crew, and we ended up getting
okay.
Cool. He ended up we did a few shows together because I was trying to get him out to start coming out and performing and whatnot. And I actually brought him on a few shows I did as not necessarily as the hype man, but we co-rocked the show. And it's funny looking back now where he is because at first he wasn't there. So that's cool.
Okay.
Man. It's real cool to see him out there like that, man.
I could see that. I could see that. So he was like in athletic? Was he with Athletic Mike League?
No.
Or that was Majestic Legend. That was with.
No, Majestic Legend was with Subterraneans, which is One Below, Majestic Legend, Malachi, Kodak, and who am I missing?
Binary Star.
Elite. Yeah. Well, that was the next crew after Binary Star with One Below.
Okay.
Binary Star was One Below and Sanaim Silla. But Malachi was also there. Decompose was also there. And then when Sanaim and Low, I don't know if it was a falling out or a mutual agreement or whatever, but when they split up, that's when Low grabbed everybody else and formed Subterraneous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, that's when I was, like I said, that's when I started coming up. I think we first rocked with them might have been like 98, 99. And it just went from there. They kept inviting us to do shows. This is when I was still with my other crew. They kept inviting us to do shows, and we got cool with AML, Athletic Mike League, and just numerous amounts of cats. But Nick Speed used to be in a group with Elzai and was it Majestic Legend? They were called the 9 to 5 crew. 925, and that's where they all came from. Elzai was also in a group with Tarak. Who was it? Tarak. Well, Lackadaisical at the time. Big Tone, 87, and they were all the. Cool. What were their names? The Breakfast Club. I remember seeing Elzai when he was a part of them. So all this,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this.
what up?
I'm gonna tell you like this. That's you know that my man is Elzai, man.
Man, you coming? You gonna come and do this on my man street? Look at this guy.
Oh, my bad.
You flexing?
No, I was trying to get it. I was trying to get it to work last time, and it wouldn't work. So this is like permanent now, bro. I'm doing this all day, every day.
I didn't even
This
turn
is
mine
dope.
on. I didn't even turn mine on. I'm like, I'm on Aaron straight. I'm good.
You have got to show me. how to get
But Elzai, man, did you hear his album yet? You hear Lead Poison?
No, I get it tomorrow because it's available on Google Play tomorrow. So I'll be getting it tomorrow.
I'll check that out myself.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I heard it's incredible. Matter of fact, I was looking at the Google Play reviews, and one dude said this is better than everything he's ever released. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, okay, I'm down
Yeah.
for that. I'm down for that.
Without question.
One thing I admire about y'all, the Detroit area, is that y'all culture was so strong that we don't have stuff like that, even where I'm from, as far as
Uh,
we're talking about events and stuff like that. And it's we got a club. I'm down here in Florida. Don't ask me how I got down here. I'm in the sticks. They have this club called Vic's, and when I first moved down here, I went out. Got dressed up. Thought it was gonna be some kind of grown man establishment. So I go in there, and they got like, remember that Steve Harvey on Kings of Comedy said, one mic. They had about 30 mics out there. Screen. I couldn't understand nothing they were saying. They did that. Okay. One song. They did it for the whole night. These kids must have had a whole album of mumbling. So, and
oh yeah,
I get
I
it.
can
I'm
believe
down
that.
south. I get it. I'm down south, and then they have a certain kind of way that they they do their thing around here. But it's too saturated with that. No lyric. Someone that's lyrical. I just miss. You could be lyrical, I think, and still be crunk and in the trap scene, whatever. I think you can still be lyrical and be clever with your wordplay. But down here, it's like the more you can't understand you, the more successful the single is down here. It's nuts. But,
It's no different up here. I'm starting to kind of learn I hate to say the rules to a point, because we've been really trying to get ourselves out here and get engaged with the community out here where we stay. And what it comes down to is you have to deal with a lot of, you have to kind of separate what you like versus, what you're around. We've been interfacing with a lot of new cats, and you're right. It's a lot of craziness. I can only imagine being somewhere like, I don't know where you are in Florida, but I could only imagine being somewhere like Atlanta or Miami and how crazy that be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In terms of how just ridiculously crazy the scene is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I said, originally, you come down. I come visit Atlanta. I got friends in Atlanta. You go out to the club, you jump around. Okay, I like it for the club aspect of it, but it was still it's not a separation like it is back home. Yeah, you got clubs and you go jump around and you have yourself a good time, but there's that other element that's not in the club. They don't have that down here. It's not I don't even call it hip. I mean,
like I hear what you're saying.
It's like,
I hear what you're saying. Like it's all trap music.
Trap. Trap.
Trap music, party music, club music, strip club music type stuff.
All the time. And
I believe it.
You try to find artists. I'm looking for somebody to work with. I just make all these beats and I don't have nobody to spin on them. I'm not a rapper. So, I try to pull a guy and he'll come over, he'll come by, throw some music on and I'm with the club party stuff, man. Oh man. Like what you try, this is the essence, man. This is where come on. But it's a real challenge because back home Everyone raps, man. Back home, everyone raps. Everyone's got some stuff going. That's what I miss.
Where's back home to you?
New Jersey.
Where's back home? Jersey.
Yep.
Okay.
And you out you're from Detroit, right?
I'm actually from Flint. I'm actually from Flint, Michigan, but I've been living down here in the D or in the metropolitan Detroit area now for 16 years.
Wow. Well, you from there now?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. I mean, technically between that and college, I've been gone longer from home, you know, than I lived at home. So it's the same thing. But the beauty of the internet is, if you know what I'm saying, if you send your beats, you make a connection with somebody, you can send your beats, and it's nothing. I'm working with a group right now called Vietnam. I mixed their album, and they brought me some joints from some cats that they had made connections with. I don't know where these cats is from, but one of them is from Tennessee. And I actually co-produced the joint with him. And then there's 4 other joints actually that they brought to me. And then I produced 3 other joints on the album. So it's only like nine joints.
Wow. I mean, that's,
how long you been producing?
Yo.
Yeah.
Really not really serious. Quite seriously for the last I've done it for a hobby since like 99, 2000, but I haven't really started working with people, like trying to, probably for the last couple of years. I DJ before that, and then I moved.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Welcome back, brother. Welcome
man,
back.
Dude, the power just went out.
Really? Hey,
wow.
How's the drinking stuff situation, the water up there? What's going on with that up there?
That's in Flint, yeah. That's rough.
That's Flint, yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's rough, dude.
That's crazy. That's you don't really, how could I say it? It's one of those things where it's impossible to explain. Like, before it even went public, my parents still live up there. They haven't been using the water for almost a year and a half since they first initially made the transition over. My parents haven't been using that water. So it's unreal, man. It's unreal. But they making do. They are making do.
Is somebody thrown in jail over this, or is this?
Yeah, okay.
That's a fantastic question.
You would think.
Dang sure hope so.
Hey, okay. I'm just gonna point it out to you like this. I'm just gonna keep it very simple, very blunt. What's my man from New York? Eric Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
Selling loose cigarettes outside the store or whatever. Loses his freaking life.
Yeah.
Governor Snyder, before I even get down to Flint, has annihilated the public school system in Detroit and Inkster and Baton Rouge, Benton Harbor, a couple other cities where there's majority people of color. He's abolished he screwed up a lot of the schools. He has killed the unions. He has killed the teachers. He has killed the little piece of Hollywood that we did have or were establishing in Michigan. I'm trying to think of anything else. He has screwed up the roads. And then there's Flint. And he's still chilling in office. Like, ain't no big deal. Business as usual. Like,
meanwhile, they firing like what's it called? They impeaching or recalling governors and stuff who involved in like sex scandals and all that.
Right.
Like it's no tomorrow. Indicting principals, like it's this big story up here. They indicted like 13 principals because they basically had took some contracts and got some extra money. Indictments just rolling down, just like it's nothing.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But as far as this cat is responsible for murder, cuz.
Wow. That's absolutely BS, dude. That's some garbage right there. That whole stuff with the schools.
What you talking about, the principal stuff?
I promise you that was a setup. Because they're trying to reform
the principals?
Yes. I promise you that was a setup. because they were.
It sounds like it.
They were taking kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, that was all the setup for those teachers, so they can come in and say, "Yeah, this is ridiculous, and this we need to reform the schools, and we got to do this and do that." I promise you.
And it's a cash grab. Best believe it's a cash grab too.
Yeah, dude.
Not to get political, but what is the biggest industry other than manufacturing? Education is technically a bigger industry than healthcare is in this country. You know what I'm saying? Other than manufacturing, education is one of the biggest industries in the country. So there's a lot of money to be made from what they're trying to do.
Yep.
Not to get too deep into that, my man. I ain't trying to, take away from what you're talking about tonight.
This is what his show is about, dude.
Yeah, we do everything, man. I'm trying to,
Oh, it is? Word up.
Yeah, I kind of on the platform of it's from the common man, everyday man. How do we get through with life and fatherhood and marriage and politics, religion, sports, all that, man. So I'm just trying to do something on that level, man. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
okay.
This is perfect. This is
okay.
Actually perfect.
And this was only supposed to be a test stream, but sure, we in here now. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was in a bad way a couple hours ago to man. I couldn't chat.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't connect. And he said he forgot.
To share and save many a dude, man.
I don't know about
what I'm saying? I mean, pause, but you know what I'm saying? Like you say,
there we go.
You took care of.
We gotta get.
You helped out your mans. You helped your mans get up and going.
Here's the thing, though.
You helped.
We were talking earlier, and I didn't even get a chance to actually finish saying this, but from when Wide Body came through. It might have been like about 3 or 4 weeks ago when he was on the Hangout with us on Friday. I was like, man, I like him. You know what I'm saying? Pause. If we got to throw that in here. We having pausable moments. But, and then, when I was trying to follow him I was trying to find him on Instagram. He wasn't on there at the time. You know me, I follow all the producers on Instagram. And I couldn't find him, and I actually ended up finding him on G Plus and on YouTube, and it just so happened when I found his channel on YouTube, I started watching his videos, and I'm like, yo, this a real dude right here, and I was really gravitating to what he was trying to do in his videos and whatnot, even though they only had like a few views or whatnot. But I'm like, yo, I can really get down with what he's trying to do, and I'm like, I don't have a ridiculous position, but if there's any way that I can help out, I'm going to try to do that. And I was like, yo, whatever you need, I help you set up for the show, and I try to get you some pub, and that's what it's all about, man.
I thank you for that. I always make a joke when I do a video. I'll say my 2 subscribers, my mom and my brother. That's a lot. That's a lot. As soon as he said that, I got an email from him and checked my YouTube channel out, and I had 3 subscribers, and it went from 3 to like 13. I'm like, whoa! I got a half a room now, man.
Blowing up in the world.
Like I say, man, that goes just to testament to what kind of person you are, man. And you didn't have to do that. I mean, you had no stake in anything. So
no, it's all good, man. Because I've been there myself. You know what I'm saying? And it was like when we were talking.
Let me tell you.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying, brother.
Only thing I was just gonna say is, it was the same situation with Gadget that one day on the first Hangout, and I was like, well, I've been here before. I could at least help you get up and running, and then it turned into like a little partnership, which is kind of cool.
Let me tell you, Tashir is a conduit. Like. Feel me though, it takes a special person to bring people together.
You're right.
It's one thing to be very skilled at what you do. It's one thing to be very talented, but having the ability to bring people together is something that's very, very valuable too. Because for me, I've been able to make connections through CMA, which has been fantastic, and I've gotten great feedback from people all over too. and that's because of Tashir. So then this whole Google Hangout thing starts up, and I don't even know whether or not I actually did. I don't know how I got initially involved, but
Because
if I'm not
you were
on the,
you were in the chat that day, and he was like, if I wanted to invite somebody, and you were the one person that I knew there. I was like, well, I'll send you the link, because if it's somebody that I'm going to invite to a situation like that to play beats, it's gonna be
right,
somebody that I know
right.
is dope.
Well, I appreciate that.
For sure.
I trust me. I definitely appreciate that.
Actually,
What's crazy is if I'm not with my kids or if I'm not in the chat, I'm watching it, the hangout, because I love the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And you contribute a lot to that camaraderie, to share.
So I was telling them.
So you just keep doing. I mean, it's fact. I mean, it's really kind of made me my game up, in terms of getting our website together, and because I'm gonna start streaming all our music straight on that website, on that blog. I sent you that link to that blog. We're gonna be changing the format and all that.
I went through yesterday. Well, I saw you post up the new stuff yesterday, like the new post and whatnot. You didn't see me when I responded though. Yeah, because I was.
What did you say?
I said I was like, okay, this is dope. I see we changed the name of the community because you was like you posted up the Bang Show #2 and you was like, yeah, the final four from the VMA Bang Show. I was like, oh, word.
I said VMA.
Yes.
I said I'm about to change that right now. I'm about to change that right now.
I ain't tripping. I just thought it was funny.
That's my bad.
That's why in my comment I was like, I see we changing up the name of the community. Ha ha. You know me, dude. I ain't tripping.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Nah, man, I'll fix that. But yeah, I'm trying to get that whole site piece together.
Site is dope, man.
And I really
really
want to. Oh, is anybody watching?
It will be.
Here, let me give it to Hardbody.
Got one viewer.
It's double negative people. It's on my. What happened to my thing?
You over there auto tuning, Joe? You my dude, for real. You
might need what?
You auto tuning. You sound like Gadget.
Oh, that's terrible.
You might need to step out
it's
and
in
step
the
back in. Yeah, but you.
Okay.
You put it in our chat.
Gotcha.
But I ain't on the YouTube. I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're going to be live. Well, this is going to be we're live now, but it's going to be replayed, so people are going to watch it. You might as well advertise, dude.
Did you send it? Did you send it to me?
What, the YouTube link?
Yeah.
I can.
Please do, Bratton.
Matter of fact, it's on the CMA FB page. I got it up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we were talking before. I have made some connection. I mean, first of all, that's awesome. You got like 9 different things going on, and I mean, it's not even. I mean, it's online. I've made some connections on SoundCloud. I've actually sold a couple beats, but I haven't heard any. Actually, I had one guy. He was in Utah. He tried to, sell me on his label he had. So, me being the guy that I am, I sent him some beats. I sent him some beats and kept sending him beats and you don't hear nothing from him, and I don't know what he's doing. So I mean, that's a chance I just took. But I was kind of something new for me. I wanted to just explore. It was awesome that I hear somebody rapping on your stuff. Other than yourself. I'll play around. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of. I had one guy in here pissed me off. I took a day off because I work nights, man. My job right now, I'm got a couple classes I'm going to, so I'm going to be in the daytime. But this guy came to my house, and me and my friend, the Jersey Sun, this is what we doing a mixtape thing. 2 of my beats, 2 of his beats, and we were going to collaborate on 1 beat. And I had the guy, and this guy is very talented, but I don't think he's dedicated. He didn't come over my house with anything but basically same old stuff. Kind of pissed me off because he's real talented, but somebody was saying, they'd rather work with somebody that has drive that has less talent than somebody with talent, and you can't work with them.
Yep.
So it's a damn shame, man, because all that talent down the toilet, man. And you know, I could have been his vehicle, you know, because the guy's got a unique sound. His wordplay, and he's got that together. But I don't think his drive's there. It's a shame because I wish I had that talent.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
People,
Yeah, for real.
How do you guys?
I hear you.
What do you guys think about that? Would you rather work with somebody that has it, when you know this guy's got this unique sound, but his drive is toilet? Would you try to use it as a project to try to get him the drive in him, or would you just say, you know what, screw it, I ain't got time for this?
You know what? For me, having been there before, you got to have everything has to be in place. You got to have the talent, and you got to have the drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having one without the other is pointless. Trying to make something out of nothing is pointless. I've tried a couple different times, and I'm just like, whatever, dude.
What were you saying to yourself while you were doing that? Well, you know what? Maybe I could coach this guy, and because in the back, you see the talent. This guy's got a gift,
right?
And I'm not like a guidance counselor, or I always I'm a motivator. I'm like that at work, and I always think I could motivate somebody to do something. But the truth of the matter is, man, it's you got to motivate yourself first.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. What I would say is, one thing that I frequently say, I frequently tell the kids that we work with, and truth be told, working with young people and working with young acts, so to speak, it kind of goes hand in hand. And just being a leader in general, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the Organized Noise documentary. I don't know if y'all have seen that.
I gotta see.
You gotta see that. So you got a guy like Rico Wade, who is just a naturally charismatic leadership, make anybody, the mouthpiece kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some people play that role. Other people have to do the down hard, gritty work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The stay in the studio all day, like the guy Ray Murray who was on there. You gotta be that guy. So in terms of working with the group that I'm working with now, I talked about how your effort has to match your desire. Mm-hmm. If you want to be fantastic at this, your effort has to be equal to your desire. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So Vietnam is a group that I'm working with right now, and they are extremely talented, but they're young. They 21, 22 years old. And the calamity that goes with all that, they get pulled in a lot of directions. And myself and Mike Notes, especially Mike Notes, really does a good job of trying to pulling them back to that square. Okay, so what's the next move? What you gonna do next? What's this? This is what's on. So without question, I would rather have a person who is a hard worker first and not 100% talent, because they will have the ability to continue to grow from wherever they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Into being something that's special, as long as they're willing to continue to learn. Right. If somebody is extremely talented 9 times out of 10, especially at this stage of the game where, we at a lower tier than to be doing this for a living or whatever, a lot of times people get too arrogant, and they lose their humility. They start thinking that that there's something that they may not be.
Right.
So I don't know. That's just me.
You nailed that. And
no, I'm with you. And that's my thing too. Is you don't have to be 100% in both areas, but have like 50 in both areas, and then you get with the as far as the drive and the talent. You know what I'm saying? And you get with the right people, you get the right people around you, or you get around the right people, and hopefully they will bring the rest of it out of you to where you are 100 or closer to 100%. That's what it's all about. But if it's the dude, if it's the dude that's talking and I'm this, I'm that, all right, cool. You got this one opportunity to impress me, so to speak. to show me that you're all about it, and then you don't show up. You got all kind of excuses. You do come and you're not serious, and you want to talk and bring friends and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Nah,
play that.
nah, you ain't serious.
I must say, I met a guy at my job. His nephew, he raps, and I just sent him some beats, and he sent them right back to me. And for some reason, I think Gadget said it that the Southern, they sound so good over sample beats, man.
Yeah, he did say that.
Right.
He ripped it. I had a real aggressive beat, and then, at first I was like, I don't know if he gonna like this, man. I sent it back. I sent it to him. He said, "Man, I finished it, man. I just gotta do the cook, man. I sent it back." Like, all right. I got it yesterday, and I'm like, man, I text him back. I'm like, man, you killed it. I can't wait to mix it down. I don't know if I'm gonna put it out or leave it on the mixtape, but man, he wrecked it, man. Wrecked it. So
that's what's up.
I might have a little relationship with him. But,
that's what's up.
He's focused. He works, and he has 2 days off a week, and the days he's off, he's writing. And I send him a beat.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But isn't that? I mean, when you think about it, isn't that like the most excitement that you can have as a producer?
Absolutely.
To be able to potentially be the person who has discovered this next, this next talent, this next voice or whatever. That's props for that, man. Props for taking a chance on him.
Yeah. I wasn't sold at first. Man, I heard him on the phone, did an acapella, and all I heard, he had trap beats, and it sounded okay, but like I said, I'm not a trap guy, so I don't know how to grade trap. So I sent him that beat, and that beat was nowhere near trap. It was. I'll probably try to play it later on in here. Maybe you can hear it, but
for sure.
He just took that, and there might be some kind of new sound that this guy could maybe introduce to the, somebody spitting on something with the trap. You can make and infuse that. Who knows? I mean, that trap stuff can't. And I'm not trying to knock it, but it's just so much of it. Everything can't just be this.
The trap. Well, I guess I could say trap, but I was gonna say the South, and not. This is gonna sound bad. I'm just gonna say it the way it is. Not the good South, not the Ghetto Boys, not Outkast, not Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? The South, the sound of the South has been prominent for so long, man. And it's just like, man, can we do something else?
Right.
Please. And it's like now, and it's like I enjoy certain trap music. You know what I'm saying? I more like the beats than the rhymes.
Yes.
But it's just over the years, the rhymes and the songs have just gotten so dumb.
Yeah.
It's different like when, when T.I. and Jeezy and, a couple cats that's around them first came up, and it was a totally different sound. They were still spitting, you know what I'm saying? To where now it's all bitches and hoes and in the kitchen. And
just straight choruses. I heard a song with just choruses on it. I didn't hear no.
Dude, they don't rap anymore. What's the dude's name? OG something. But the name of the song is called "Bitch You Guessed It," I think it is. And it's just like that's all it says throughout the whole song.
That's who is that?
It's OG.
Oh, don't
something.
give me the line.
OG something. But that's all the song is. The beat is corny. The beat sound like it. Hey, wide body. Remember I was telling you about the keyboard that I had earlier? The beat sound like it came off of that keyboard.
Are they even mastering or mixing these songs these tracks anymore? It don't sound like it.
And if they are mastering, the only thing they're doing is mastering it for the rides and for the club, because that's all you hear is the bass.
Right.
That's it.
Doom doom. So I got a spoiler to share.
No,
based
man.
On what we just talked about.
No. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want any clues. I don't want nothing.
Okay.
I just do.
I shut up.
When I do the podcast, well, you know, we getting ready to do we getting ready to release our first podcast from the year.
Okay.
And you know, the first podcast of the year is always it's let me reintroduce myself or let me introduce myself. And the way I have it set up is, you know, you got actually is more than the normal time because the assignments are always usually a week. But I think we did 3 weeks this time, where you got, you know, enough time to put together a beat that represents you, that's going to introduce you to the world or reintroduce you, you know, if you're a veteran member like Wallace here. And plus you also have a video. You got a 30-second video where you basically introducing yourself, and then I play the joint.
All right.
So this dude is trying to, he told me he had finished it. He tried to show me and tell me what's going on. I'm like, no.
I'll just put it like this: the beauty. I'm not gonna say that, but the beauty in the podcast, the beauty in the weekly homework assignment is every week is challenge. Not only are you challenged by the group because you know the group is gonna bring quality.
Right.
But you got to challenge yourself. So, of course, the challenge was for us, make a beat that kind of introduces your style, this, that, and the third, and make the video, which is relatively easy in today's time, you know, for some people. I'll put it like that. For some of us.
Right.
I'm not included in that, but I'll figure it out. So,
you got a phone.
For this one, I went back and listened to a whole bunch of old homework assignments, and I realized it was something that I had not done before.
Ah, okay.
So
I'm ready for that.
You know, it was something I hadn't done before. So this is something that I haven't done. It's something that I have not done before.
Okay, I'm ready.
And now that I've done it, I hope I probably don't have to come back.
Okay. All right, cool.
You know?
All right. So we'll see Monday, April 4th. WHP number 116, I think. Because 115 was the Dilla tribute, so this is 116. So yeah. ComputerMusicAcademy.com.
Go ahead, plug it.
A long time.
Like, I'm so excited for this year because we got some cats on deck. I'm trying to get Wide Body over there, man, but I know he got like a crazy schedule.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign up. Me and you were talking before. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up, and it's not gonna be forever. I just got a lot on my plate, but you know what?
For sure.
I like it like that. I like the multitask. It keeps me going. It keeps me fresh. You know, I just sometimes forget to get sleep, but I really like what you're doing over there. Like I said, I've been spying on you guys for a while, so I checked out this is genius, man. What you're doing with the Computer Music Academy. How did you? Was this planned? Did you have a business model with this?
You know what? That's part of the story that I didn't get a chance to finish because Rod had came in. But once I left, he came in.
That's what I'm talking about.
He came in ready. But no,
what we call aggressively polite.
Right.
I'm gonna use that, by the way. I like that.
Aggressively polite. Hello. Yeah. But no, like I said, all of a lot of the knowledge and you know, confidence or skills for what I do right now, a lot of that came not all from being at Guitar Center, but just I developed it during the time that I was at Guitar Center. And, you know, I was actually getting tired of being there. And I was making plans to get up out of there anyhow. And then some stuff went down. Basically, I got set up. That's the long and short of it. I would just say it like this, okay? And this is anybody that's watching this right now on the playback. Go into your local Guitar Center and see how many black managers you see. I'm just gonna say it like that and walk away. But anyhow, when I did end up leaving there, I had already had plans to start up a site where I was doing like reviews and tutorials and stuff like that. And it was actually sites before Computer Music Academy, but it was originally called Playing with Plugins. And then I also had a site for Machine Producer. I also had a separate site for Ableton Producer. And I ran those separately for a couple of years, and then I just got the idea, like, why don't I just put all of this stuff together? Because I always wanted to do like exclusive tutorials for Ableton, Machine, beat making, all that kind of stuff. And then that's when I ended up coming up with the idea for CMA, developed it, had the first joint for the full course for Machine up there. That was back in 1.7, 1.8. And then I was working on the Ableton course at that same time. And then after, I think it was a week or 2 weeks of when I first launched CMA, I didn't have any. I had one member, matter of fact. I was just like, man. And I was in the shower one day, and I got the idea for the homework assignment. It just came to me. And I went on ahead. I kind of, developed it on my own. And then when I actually put it out there, that's what I wanted to do, that's when I started getting members. And those first couple of episodes, that set it off for the whole joint. And here we are, 106. This is episode 116 coming up, man.
And what do you got to say about CMA? I mean, you being a part of it, just from a member's outlook on it. I mean, as far as any testimony.
Okay, so for me, make a long story short, I started producing in like '97. Went to school for a minute for it. In addition to working my 9 to 5. Walked away from it, had some life changes, family came to the picture, this, that, and the third. I started to get into it, so I started getting back into it. I started doing research online, watching videos about different things, about mixing and this, that, and the third. I ran across Tashir's video, liked it, and then I got involved. To me, the manner in which it builds your work ethic as a producer, because you have the responsibility to getting that joint off, and if that means you gotta stay up late, if it means you gotta do them extra tweaks, but at the same time, Tashir always talks about it's still a work in progress, even though it's on the podcast. So before you prepare to send it out or do this or do that, and what's happened is I've been with them for 2 years, and I took the last few months off because I started working on the project for the 2 projects that I just finished.
You busy.
And
man too.
It turned out so dope.
Yeah. What I found was it changed. My workflow got better. My workflow has gotten better. My mixing has gotten better. The way I conceptualize things has gotten better. And now I have this big portfolio of joints that fit all of these different genres and all of these different things. Matter of fact, straight up real talk, Sunday, they didn't have enough people in it. So I was like, I'll jump in it.
Oh, you went down to
had some of the joints.
The Uncle P's joint?
Yeah, for sure. Had some of the joints on my SoundCloud and plugged in my SoundCloud during the battle. Wow. I ain't win, but these is joints that I made for CMA. But battle beats is a whole different skill set. If I had just solely prepared to be in the beat battle, my stuff would have been a lot. And the guy who won,
man, you breaking up really bad.
I see why he won.
Can you hear me? You're breaking up really bad. You keep going in and out.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound better.
Let me do this. Make a long story short, what it comes down to is any producer that wants to improve their craft, improve their ability to be able to adapt to anything, to any situation, to any request, to anything, they need to join it. I mean, I've done West Coast joints, movie joints, commercials, documentary joints, Miami bass, Jay Dilla joints, chopped up R&B joints, Blue Eyed Soul, rock music. I mean, just on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And all it's done is just made me better and better and better, to the point where now I can walk into any session or into any meeting, not only with a portfolio of tracks, but the confidence to say, I can do your whole project, and I can do whatever you want. You know, so I picked up an R&B project for an R&B EP for a young lady named Vika, very talented vocalist. We talked about what she wanted, and she went through. She wanted some stuff that sounded like maybe some Bryson Tiller type stuff. She wanted like a joint that had like a hip hop flavor to it. She wanted a joint that was more like a ballad. Now, I'm not a balladeer, but I can outsource somebody who can do it. You know what I'm saying? And you got a couple of other joints that's kind of wild cards where I'm just gonna fly things past her and see exactly what she want to go with. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the situations where CMA came to me at the right time, and I'm a cheerleader for it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm pumping it up as much as I can because I think it really benefits producers. You know, for sure. For sure.
And that's
the criticism, the critique that Tashir give you, it's always positive. You know what I'm saying? He's not on there because, you know, art is like, I mean, producing is like teaching. Like everybody thinks that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody thinks that they're doing what they, you know, doing it the way that they want to do it because that's what they want to hear and that's how they want their stuff to run.
Right.
But even when somebody has a lot of things that they need to do differently, Tashir gives them critique in a very positive way, not being like, man, that shit whack, it's booty, laughing at people, you know what I'm saying? Because you seen that. You seen, you know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, having that confidence as a producer, means sometimes that you got to take them right, but it's all, he always giving you very critical things like, you want to look at your mix was a little hot, you know, you want to add more change ups, you want to do this, you want to do that, blah, blah, blah. Those little intricate tips make you better and better and better.
Right.
And that's it.
That's awesome, man. And
we stay about 10 miles away from each other, but I ain't never seen him in person. So, you know.
Really?
But that's cool. That works. That works.
It just hasn't worked out for, you know, we can actually get it together. The one time we were actually going to get a chance to meet, my wife had an issue to where we just couldn't make it happen. I was just like, all right.
Y'all both too damn busy. That's why y'all met. Y'all both got too much stuff going on.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Man,
that too.
It's an honor. It's an honor to have y'all on here. Man, I mean, listen, man. You guys are very intriguing. What you do. I mean, this me trying to get a couple beats out for a couple people has been a tough challenge, man. And, you know, and like I say, I remember the first week that I had to hang out, and I looked for you the next time. I said, "Where's Tashir's boy at?" And you was like,
"Oh, okay."
That he was giving it the business, man.
Yeah, but, he came in slapping. I was like, yes.
Not for me.
Not for me, but just the fact that I could bring somebody to the table.
Right.
That I know for a
Thanks,
fact.
Man.
Bring it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys.
I appreciate that. I really honestly do.
Talk, man. Like I'm not. I've never been the one to. You know, if I don't have something nice to say, I'm not gonna say it at all. You know, just
exactly.
Raised, man. I like people around me that's gonna give me what it is, not tell me something I want to hear. But
amen.
Yep.
Amen. I appreciate all of that, though, man.
Hey,
I do.
I just want to know, man. Can I get a quick beat or something, man? You know, just to bless the.
Oh man, I know Rod.
Let's see what I got going here.
I know Rod got on deck.
I'm trying to think of something I ain't never played. Man, I don't even know where to start. Let me see.
On the spot.
Yeah, I got put on the spot big time. That's cool though. I can deal with that.
Hey, but say, hey, but wide body. Watch when he pull out the bag though.
I don't know what I got here. Let's see.
I'm trying to think of anything that I could play. I don't have. I gotta go get my other hard drive. I don't have a lot of stuff on this particular hard drive.
I checked your video out too to share on that how you redid that Lionel Richie. That I was very interested. I remember you saying you was gonna have it, and man, you make it look easy. It's really easy, bro.
I'm surprised that.
And what are you using, Roger? What kind of what are you using? What do you use?
Machine and Cubase. I use Machine and Cubase principally. I also use Reason a little bit.
Okay.
Motif. I use a Yamaha Motif for a lot of things. But mostly Machine. Mostly Machine.
I know you. I remember. I know. I use nothing but the Machine. I do. I just got Reaper. I got the 30-day.
Yeah.
Version. I'm gonna buy that thing. That thing is very user friendly. I recorded on that.
Well, I have good news for you, kind sir.
All right.
You don't actually have to buy it, because
Really?
once your evaluation runs out, you just continue to just use it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, but you want to support the company, man, and then get the updates and whatnot.
Hey, I'm just being honest with him.
Oh, this guy.
I'm just keeping it real. You know, the majority of cats, I ain't even gonna do that. Okay. You're right, Tashir. You're right. You're exactly right.
I was a pirater back in the day. And I paid for that with blue screens and
Yep.
and viruses. I don't pirate anymore, but that Reaper, man, I pulled it right out. Like I pulled it out the box, and me and Reaper have been friends for a long time.
Hello.
And you can bring your third, because I got a copy of Adobe Audition. I got the plug-in. A guy gave it to me from his church. He gave me a copy of it, and it crashes on me. But
Audition crashes like that for real?
It's a kind you just have the thumb drive. You don't have to install it on your computer. All it uses is a folder.
Huh? I've never heard of that one.
But as of late, it's been crashing. I got the 05, man. But like Machine, I think you can do. I'm telling you, you know all about these things. I mean, I'm just, I'm new to the whole Machine. I mean, I've been using Machine for going on 3 years now. But before that, I had a FL Studio 7.
Okay.
I didn't want to leave that. And I couldn't really make any beats with FL Studio. Nothing to say, hey man, I like that. But this Machine thing, I'm just hooked on it. I do have a copy of Ableton I got for $100 from Guitar Center. It's like the artist version.
Oh, you got the light Ableton. No, intro. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I'm still wanna try to learn that because I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Ableton. I'm mumbling on now.
Young Ableton. I love Ableton, man. As of now, it's been officially 10 years that I've been using Ableton.
Really? It's been out that long, huh?
Crazy, dude.
Wow.
Well, they're on Live 9. I'm pretty sure 10 will be announced by the end of this year. I'm pretty sure of it.
Wow.
They will announce 10 before the end of this year. I'm very sure of it.
Hey, Roger, how long have you been messing with the Motif? Is that something you always have in your
Oh man, listen. I bought the Motif.
Look how he lit up.
Listen. I was looking for a joint, but listen, bruh, can you see this?
Yeah.
I have had this Motif since 2001.
Wow.
No, 2002. April of 2002. Right?
Wow.
If you look close, you can see the battery, the buttons missing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's dusty all to be dang. You know what I'm saying? Got the keys named on it. But let me tell you, I used to I had a crew. You know what I'm saying? Our crew was double negative. I had two groups. I had a group that was two dudes. I had a soloist named Li. I still got him technically.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pedro, who moved down south. Mr. Pedro was like Devin the Dude, just like him.
Oh.
I had Gino, who was more just like the Jizza, just straight to the money. I had Li, he was a gangster. And I had a girl named T.A. the Arsonist. Actually, I'm gonna put the video in the chat. Her and the guy Li are called Daytology. They just dropped a video for a song called Good Life a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna put that in the chat. They out in LA. So, man, I bought that. We did every joint that we did on this motif. And I used to sample in that mug. Every single thing I did on that motif. And I used to 2-track it, live mix it in innuendo, as you call it.
It's innuendo, dog.
It's innuendo. I'm gonna call it innuendo. Like innuendo. The program I had like 1.6, and we used to 2-track all of the joints out of there. I'm dropping the vocal mix so they can drop the vocals on it live every time. No layers, no MIDI, no nothing. Man, we did like literally. I feel like we did like 200 joints. You know what I'm saying? And had this album. So
you dealt with something.
So this month, I will never get rid of this. I never learned how to use an MPC. Never.
Me neither.
I did everything I did on this, and my stuff was quality chops, all that.
Of course, that's what it was built for. It's a fully functional workstation, just like the Triton, just like the Phantom. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. That's what it's for. That's dope, man.
I'm trying to get.
And the fact that you remain with that joint and you still get a lot of use out of it today, that's really dope, dude. For real.
If I want to play something live on top of one of my sequences, I use the motif. I don't even use VST instruments in like Cubase or nothing. I don't even use them. I use my motif.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Name of this. You talking about you had a female in your crew? My wife's cousin, his wife, I didn't know. She had a SoundCloud, a couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
She go hard. I'm about to probably work with her in the morning. Hopefully, we just keep on not being able to get together. But I think that's gonna be. I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
She go. I'm like, whoa, that's cuz over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Some females.
Yeah.
Females out there. We need to. I mean, there's a lot of them out there that don't get that love, man. And tired of hearing Nicki Minaj and Iggy Azalea.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started. We'll be here all day. Actually, it's 3 of us. We'll probably be here for 3 days.
You loaded up?
Yeah, I am. Let me see. This is a joint I did for 90s R&B fans. I want to. I don't know if you listen to 90s R&B. I want to see if you can figure out where this joint came from. Hold up.
So look at Wallace.
Can you hear that? talked all that about trap. That's the first beat I play.
Yeah, but
That's the trap beat.
that's something different.
I can hear Buster Rhymes on this.
What'd you say?
Busters, I can hear Busters spazzing out on this one.
Mm-hmm. He's nice.
What
He's
what do
very
you
nice.
what you use, Hardbody?
I use I'm on machine.
Okay.
I got the old trusty MK1 still. I still do have a micro. I just can't get the MK2, man. I might as well get the studio, and I ain't ready to get that studio yet.
I hear you.
Machine, man. I'm gonna try to learn Ableton, but machine, I'm just so used to it now. I could, it's all about, I guess, how you navigate through it. I'm still a mouse clicker, but that machine, I had the ASR back in the day too, but that's how I know how to sample and stuff, man. I made it work, and I didn't have a disk drive on it, so every time I made a beat, I had to start from scratch, everything, drums.
Oh wow.
So how did you save anything?
I did.
Or did you
I
just
had a
like
CD burner? I had an external
wow?
CD burner, and I
For
used to
real?
Yep. And my roommate came. He came around. He had an MPC 2000, and he used to tell me he did an album. A couple of his friends, and I contributed with a couple beats. He said, "Man, use this thing here." And I'd be downstairs making a beat on my ASR, and it was funny because I didn't know how to quantize until like a couple of years later. So I'd just be playing from you needed quantize on that thing. There's no way in hell you could keep a decent drum pattern on that. But,
I hear you.
Yeah, I just use a CD burner, man. I burn the beat, I make the whole beat, put it on CD burner, and we done with it. But then
I hear you. You just, I mean, that's what that's what I was telling somebody at the beat battle. Whatever you got, just learn everything you can about it, including its limitations, and then you will know what else you need.
right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because, man, any of these programs and all this stuff will do what you need it to do if you know what to do with it. If you work it. I worked this motif to death, like literally,
You don't even need your
and
eyes
it's still
open,
with me. We still together.
probably.
We still together. You know.
But that was when we had, I don't know if you were on that one or not, right? But the couple times we've talked about FL Studio and Gadgets Hangout, my issue has always been I thought I hated FL Studio, but I hate the people that were using FL Studio because they weren't using it to its full potential.
Right.
Right.
They would get in there, they use a little corny factory, sounds and whatnot, make a beat in 5 minutes, but you don't learn everything else that thing can do.
Right.
I know now.
Right.
I know for a fact now that FL Studio is a fully functional DAW.
Yeah.
You can do damn near everything in there. And I've seen people do stuff in FL Studio that I haven't seen or heard them do in other, or I haven't seen be able to be done in other DAWs, if that makes sense. But, and I'm like, all these years, y'all clowns been getting the little corny little factory stuff out of there and not doing anything else. Just because you can make a beat in 5 minutes don't mean that you're dope.
I seen a guy teaching note velocity on there. I forget his name. Got a channel. He was getting in depth. I'm like, you know what?
That's probably War Beats.
I think it was.
I know that dude War Beats. That dude has been doing stuff, tutorials on them for so long.
I think that is him. And he was breaking it down. Like, FL Studio has got a lot of stuff that people don't use.
Yeah.
Get the 808. Just give me an 808 and You know,
Yeah.
what you're saying, Roderick, that's not a trap beat to me, man. That's too many elements in there to be a trap beat.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know,
Okay. Praise God. Okay. Okay.
I can see
Okay.
somebody killing that right there, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Word up. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, that's some
Thank
good
you.
stuff. You know, I like how you changed it up, and and that's something I'm still trying to learn is to do the song and have different pieces, and then have them coming in and complimenting each other. Then you leave for a minute, then you come back. Hey, I'm back here. Let's finish what we
Yeah.
were doing together.
Right.
You gotta have
So
what let me hit this real quick.
go ahead.
It's just a real quick statement. You have to have some type of, I use two words to describe that. You have to have evolution within the song, and the song has to have some dynamics.
Right.
It can't just be a 4-bar loop the entire time. The same fucking, 4-bar loop, the same bass line and all that kind of stuff. You got to do something different, dude. You got to switch it up.
Are you an automator? Do you like the automation on machine, Tashir? Do you use automation a lot?
I don't use it a lot. I have used it for certain things mostly because even if I do use machine to do the entire beat, most likely I'm going to export it out and mix it in Ableton. If I'm going for a complete package, most likely I'm going to mix it in Ableton, and that's when I would do any kind of automation or whatever in Ableton, because that's the the final DAW for me.
Yeah.
Reaper is my new friend, and when it runs out in 30 days, if I have any money in my pocket, I'll buy it. If not, I'll be using it till I get some Reaper money.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you what I always want to ask you this. I checked one of your videos out one time, and you were sampling. And when you sample, you go into the sample menu, you always turn on Format C. Is there, and I've been actually turning on Format C as well. Is there any reasoning behind that maybe
in Format C?
Format correction.
Yeah.
He talking about that format correction.
In the pitch correct. And that's in the that was in the time stretching joint.
Yeah.
It helps
Okay.
because it's basically correcting stuff within the beat to make it fit that tempo or that pitch that you're stretching it to.
Right.
So sometimes I only in that particular video, real talk, I think that matter of fact, I think I was using his beat in there.
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
I was using Wallace's beat in there, and I've only at that point I had only time stretched a couple times with Machine.
I go to free mode, and I'm at the mercy of what it comes out. Because sometimes I'll match it with the tempo.
Word.
Most of the time, I know what I want that sample to sound like before I chop it, so I'll just go to the percentages and take it down like to 90%, or sometimes I'll split the difference and I'll turn it down or up a little bit, maybe 1 or 2. Nothing more.
I gotta be real, dude. I never used time stretching until right before. Well, I will say maybe a year or so before I did that video, because I did a little portion of it in one of my earlier Machine courses.
Wow.
But I don't know if it was. Did you actually ask me that, Rod? Did you ask me how to do that? Okay, and then I used the song as an example.
Because I was trying to figure out how to. I mean, for me, unlocking the matrix would have been. Unlocking the matrix is I can take 2 completely different samples.
Mm-hmm.
I can take one, pitch it to match this one without sacrificing its tempo.
Word.
If I can do that, oh man, it's infinite possibilities. And I still don't know how to do that. I still, even from your video, I'm still trying to figure out how to tune a sample, and then like you tune the sample, and then you time stretch it to meet the thing. And maybe it's just what I do principally in Machine is I cut the sample as it is, and then I tune the knob. I tune it until it's exactly the way I want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to be able to tune that boy right before I even time stretch it.
Dude, I gotta admit, the stuff that I've been working on lately, like matter of fact, a perfect example is the Lionel Richie beat that I did for Gadget. That's when I actually started using time stretching on a regular basis. I've been able to actually get some really dope joints lately just playing around and experimenting with time stretch. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because for so long, the example for time stretching for me was like an Alchemist or a Kanye West beat where they just take it and pitch it up. You know what I'm saying? Pitch it up real fast. But I get it now. I totally understand it now. And now I'm like, I've been using it a lot lately. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely give it. Would you say, right? I mean, would you say, why better?
You've done pitching, it's just not the stretching. And I'm with you. I've even in FL, I couldn't chop in there to save my life. And I come from the school of I'll sample it as I'm listening to it. Whereas a lot of people will load the whole song up and then they'll go in there and find bits and pieces. I'll do it. I'll find a song on a record. I'll play through it and sample it what I want. And that's what I'll trim it down, trim the fat off, and then I'll chop it that way. And the machine, man, I mean, I'm on some other stuff for her right now. Me and her doing it's what I've needed.
Yeah.
Zooming in on the sample.
Mm-hmm.
But also, that Ableton, man, I want to get to learn that. I'm gonna be. I know you do a lot of that in CMA, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. Actually, because only the CMA members have actually seen this, but I actually created a beat making video, like a behind the scenes, one of my what I call it, the beat breakdown. Where I actually show you how I made a certain beat. And I did this one specifically for the CMA members because if I put it on YouTube and it's the Lionel Richie sample, it's going to get flagged, and I can't use it. But I actually showed how I did the chops because I do it just like you said. I'll take, that song, that Love Will Find a Way is like 6 minutes. And I think I sampled maybe like 12 different parts from it, and it's, these 4 bars, these 8, these 4, these 2, you know what I'm saying? And they're all on different pads, but then I can copy them over to another group and then expand them and stretch or do whatever I'm going to do with it. So I work like you in that sense, man.
I think they're going to flag that Earth, Wind, and Fire thing I did for my dad the other day. I'm waiting on that.
Are you monetized though?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Probably not. You're not making money from your videos.
Okay.
Hey fam, hold on right quick. I'll be right back. Okay.
Got it, man.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not monetizing that. No, I'm not then. So
okay. Yeah, that's the only way that they would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, is it I've heard how does that work with the monetization? Do you gotta have a lot of was it by views or subscribers? I mean, I'm nowhere near.
You know what? It's actually changed over the years because I've been on YouTube since 2008.
Dang.
And the first time they used to actually, well, I give you my story because like I said, they changed it. But I think it was, matter of fact, it was 2011, right after I left GC. I don't know what video it was, but YouTube sent me a video for this. I'm sorry, they sent me a monetization request for this one video. I guess it was getting some traction, getting some views, and they were like, well, we can work with this cat,
Right.
So I monetized that one video, and 2 weeks later, they came back and said, well, we can monetize your whole channel now. I guess they just wanted to see how it performed or whatnot.
Right.
I think it's different now. I think now you can just sign up for monetization where I think if you go into the back, matter of fact, going back into the channel, if you go down to channel, and I think, let me see, there's a monetization tab. I think now you can just sign up for it. Like you got to give them your phone number and email address or something.
Actually, you know what? When I set my account up, I did. You know what? I think I did because it's something with ads, and then I actually had to register PayPal or something with it when I first got the channel. But
I don't know about PayPal, but you had to register with AdSense.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because I remember the email now.
Yeah, if you go back, if you go into the back end of YouTube, you go to channel, status, and features. And wait a minute, that's not the one. Oh, if you go to channel monetization, and it should show you congratulations, your account is now enabled. Start monetizing videos.
I'll check that out more later.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like if you have, long enough samples because there's a content ID on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you play long stretches of songs or a long enough stretch of a song to where they can recognize it,
Right.
oh, dude, that will take your monetization. You will not get paid for that video. They won't take it down, but you will get flagged, and any money that you make off that video will go directly to the record company or that artist that you sampled.
Wow.
So I'm very careful about that. So like when cats come through for the Weekly Homework podcast, if it's a sample joint, and I hate it so much, but cats will sit there and actually play like a 4-bar or whatever stretch of the original song and then kick into the beat.
Yeah,
I gotta cut that out because they will kill the video over that.
Yeah,
so I have to cut that part out and then just play the beat. So
you know what it's kind of like I guess with old choppers, I can see somebody like CXer, man. That guy's a phenomenal chopper, man.
Yes, sir.
You hey, this is what I chop, son. This is how it sounds before I chop it. But this lets you know this is what this is. But it don't sound like that when I get into it. But here's that real quick before I go in.
Yeah. And it's just like, but think about it's so overdone. It's so played. It's like trap. We've heard it for the last 20-some years. Let's do something different.
You're right.
It's nothing wrong with having an intro to your song that includes that.
Yeah.
Again, perfect example, the Love Will Find a Way joint. The only thing I had as the intro was that boom, 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 which is at the end of, at the end of like 4 or 8 bars in the original song. But the way I chopped it, the way I pitched it and everything is kind of unrecognizable to the ID system, so it works out.
Ripped that one. That was you made Gadget eat his hat. That one.
Oh, that was the goal. Dude. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I've been tapping the old the Splice Sounds website, man. The last couple joints I actually made, man, and I'll still go back to chopping because I go back to sampling because that's what I've been doing for so long. Splice has been having some nice stuff I've been able to get in and manipulate, and the sounds are they're nice.
I heard it's pretty straight. Because Splice is connected to they use it for Ableton, don't they? Isn't there a feature on Splice to where I could have sworn I've heard this to where you could actually send Ableton sessions back and forth using Splice, something like that. You can collaborate, that kind of thing.
Let me tell you another thing, Splice. The way I do my samples, I pay the $7-8 for the month, but the way I sample, I don't download that stuff. I'll just pull it right. I can just audition it, and I'll sample right from.
Right. Exactly.
From you be sampling from Spotify and all that?
From Splice.
Splice.
Hey, am I loud to share?
No, it's wide body is just, at least it's kind of low.
Oh, okay.
I'm low now?
Yeah, you're a little low.
How about me now?
Oh, yeah, you straight.
I was thinking about that. Like, I got Spotify, and I got my mixer. Like, I got my tractor plugged into my mixer.
Mm.
So I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, run my tractor.
Why wouldn't you be able to do that?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you do that?
So I run my mixer in there, and now I can run, I can just run my phone into my mixer and sample into Machine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was one of the tutorials that I did, is showing people how to sample for YouTube and whatnot. I could barely hear it because you got the song on.
There's my mixer there. I got that a couple weeks ago. I throw my iPad into that. I plug that in my turntable, and I set my levels right and everything. It sounds.
Getting mine. Line up.
That's crazy.
I'm serving shots, put in the top. The custom made a root charge.
Man, I could barely hear.
How about now? Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys use a lot of Me, I use high and low pass filters basically on every piece of sound that I have.
Yeah.
I've really come to appreciate filters over the last several years. I have.
Another question I have: what do you guys use to pump your drums up? Because your drums are just. What do you do to make your drum stand out?
It honestly depends on the day for me. I've as of late, once again, some new stuff, as I'm always trying to learn something new so I can, try to teach it or whatever. I've really come to appreciate Transient Master as of late, man.
Yes.
Transient Master.
What does that do?
Oh,
Yes.
it's to improve the transients. Dang, man. I can't concentrate because you got Exhibit, whoever it is playing.
My fault.
It's like loud too. What was I going to say? With the Transient Master, it actually brings out. You can adjust the attack of the kick, the snare, the hat, or whatever it is in that particular that you apply it to, and it just makes it. If you use it right, you tweak it right, you can make your drums really bump.
Slap. They can slap.
Yeah, dude.
Do you use Transient and guitar in the guitar rig, or do you use the stock Transient Master?
They got the one that's built into Machine now. That comes with the Machine.
I know they have it
But
also on guitar rig too.
Yeah. For so long, it was like that for a while. Because it was like, why the hell would I open Guitar Rig to use Transient Master? And it was a couple other effects, like the Tractor effects are in Guitar Rig too. I think it's called Tractor 12. Like, dude, why do I want to open up Guitar Rig if I'm not using a guitar?
Roger, what do you use to pump your drums up, man?
You know what? To be honest, layers.
Right.
I use 2 snares, a tambourine, and a clap, and then keep the clap unquantized.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? And just when I do the levels for them, I just try to figure out what piece I need to bring most prominence to.
Right.
I compress my snares in a lot of situations, and then it goes back to that high pass and that low pass because your drums will come out in that 1K or so area if you don't have a lot of stuff that's competing with it.
Right.
Yep.
So I got a lot of plugins, but compression, reverb, delay, chorus, those stock plugins are so absolutely important. And then you got some filter ones. Because, see, I use Cubase. What I do is I make my beats in Machine on fixed velocity, and then I put them in Cubase. I export all the stems, put the stems in Cubase, and then do all my mixing in Cubase. I don't do any mixing in Machine. None. So I'm going to have to try that Transient Masterpiece, though.
That's what I was going to say. Even with what you do, because I stack, I put 2 and 3 snares together, 2 kicks, all that kind of stuff, EQ and all that kind of craziness. But I still, at the end of the day, now I've been using Transient Master to run it through for, each track or whatever. And stupid.
So Roger, your foundation is mostly you start out with Machine, but you don't sequence anything in there. You kick them off.
Right.
That's awesome.
I mean, I make individual scenes. Like if I chop a joint, I try to chop at least 3 different pieces out to sample, and then if I gotta change, I make my drum pattern for my main piece. Then if I gotta change it up, I make another drum pattern and another drum pattern, another accompaniment group. I have samples in groups. Each of my samples is a group. My drums are their own group, and then my accompaniment is a group. And then I go through and I individually change them up. And then what I do is I export all of them, and then in Cubase, I arrange them. I cut them up into 8-bar bricks. Right. My stuff be looking like Arkanoid. You know what I'm saying? And then I just start muting and chopping and doing my little transitions and all that.
And that's how you get your crazy stutters too.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that the guy who won the beat battle, Chris Wells, the guy who won it, the way he won it, you had people who had dope beats, but just like you always be talking about in terms of them transitions and them change ups and all that stuff, he won because his change ups was crazy. So then you take that, his change ups was crazy. His instrumentation, because he's a piano player, I get he could play a lot of different instruments. I mean, he was going into these.
He's organic.
The organic stuff, right? His stuff was, I mean, he was on a different playing field than pretty much everybody else that was there.
Right.
And then he added his own little collage elements with sound effects and clips and this, that, and the third and all that. And it was dope. It was dope, and it just kind of was like a reality check. Like, you know, that's what it takes in that form where you only got 2 minutes and no vocalist to make an impression.
Right.
You got to have your stuff, you know what I'm saying, every couple bars, you got to have something about it that just makes it pop, you know, because they only had, you give us 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the beat, they only had 60 seconds per beat.
Right.
So your intro can't be all dragged out crazy long, you know what I'm saying? You can't be going into no Outkast, you know, crazy long intros and nothing like that. So it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what what we were talking about in the Bang Show #2. It's like, it's cool to have, you know, I mean, what everybody did was dope in that, I'll just say that first round of episode 2. What everybody did was dope, but it just did not fit the format. The only ones that I would say that fit was Ray D's in that particular round. And then in that second round is when cats finally came back around.
Yeah, I went out early.
Man,
I went out
early.
I mean, I felt like my beat was dope. But I felt like my man, he added so many elements. Who was it? AR from Arizona, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he added so many different elements that it was crazy. I thought I could get over making sure that my stuff was, you know, sample based and all that, but you know, I can't take nothing away from AR. He laid it down.
He brought it with that one. That's what in my opinion, that's like his best beat that I've heard from him. That track right there was really dope.
So it's gonna be crazy. Hard Body, I'm gonna tell you, the people that's involved.
Wide body.
My fault, Hard Body, Paul. The thing about it is, my bad, cuz. The thing about it is, everybody is unique. All the key players in CMA, they all unique. You got Nocturnal, who's from South Carolina, who come from a DJ background. You got Gold 007 ain't he from Florida?
Yeah, from Tampa.
Who's like this OG guitar player, gear out of the wazoo. I mean, gear envy to the death. You got Shownuff, who like a OG from the east side of Detroit. Who got more like a gospel background in a way to me.
I wouldn't say gospel. He's just more just straight up instrumentation and musician.
Yeah. And then you got Taurus. Taurus makes modern contemporary jazz to me.
Pretty much.
You know, you got me. I'm more of a sample based. Boom. I'm all over the place in a lot of ways, but mostly sample based. You know, so, and then, you know, if Gigahertz is in there, it's gonna be a problem.
Gigahertz just joined. Netmaker just joined last night.
Netmaker is getting in.
Yep, he joined last night.
It's gonna be some S talking on the Hangouts. I hear it coming.
RTO
from Dallas, right?
No, RTO is in California. He's in Fairfield.
Okay, then you got Rady 3000, who is straight
Sacramento. He's there. That's straight
West Coast.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? You had I don't know if you heard from the guy from the UK contingent recently. I don't know.
Nah.
Okay.
They both bailed.
Okay.
That's great to say. But then we just got, because of me being on the Hangouts, we just got a ridiculous amount of new members, man. We got
Yup. Is old girl gonna be in it? B
who,
Mac?
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Mac has been there like just a little longer than you have. And
She just ain't been putting no beats in, huh?
no. But when she does come through, it's always dope.
Oh, it's about to be crazy.
So you got Mac
Crazy.
in there. And like I said, Diggerhurst just joined, Netmaker just joined. But then there's other cats, that I was following on Instagram, and now they're part Tap Records. He's out of Chicago.
Okay.
You got what's my man Gemini, who's out of Inland Empire, California. He just came through. He was in the Dilla tribute. He was the only unknown besides Diggerhurst in the Dilla tribute.
And then you got I don't know if these guys are still involved, but we work with cats from Israel. The cat from Turkey.
Wow.
The guy from Turkey bailed too?
They bailed. They unfortunately they weren't about it.
What about old boy from Germany?
Stephen G, he's still there, but he hasn't contributed anything
Put nothing in.
since last year.
Well,
He's still there though.
So
Stephen
whoever
G is
involved.
nasty. Oh, then we got Dynasty back.
Okay, from Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, the family man.
Yeah.
Praise God. Okay. Okay.
Dynasty's my dude, man. I'm so glad to have him back.
Yeah, we were supposed to do. We were supposed to do an EP together. We was gonna call it Social Studies.
Like that.
But we never got into it. Maybe we can revisit that. Maybe that can come back. I don't know.
Wide Body just turned into the YouTube screen.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Let me stop sharing. I'm over here experimenting.
I looked down and it looked like I was watching YouTube. Hey, what just happened?
Hey, I know Gadget was big enough Jake One for the Prayer Hands, and I had a chance to listen to it a couple nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna keep it straight up. It sounded all right. Nothing that I wanted to rewind.
Right. I only heard like maybe 2 joints off of it, and I would say it's okay. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
What is it? An album or a drum kit?
He did. It's 2 things. He did a whole project of all gospel samples, and then he released all the drums that he used in the project.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
I think he could have. I think he could have. He could do a little better than that. I've heard some stuff from Jake One. I just thought he could have did better. Maybe I didn't. I maybe listened to, because I went to YouTube and I just remember you guys talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me listen to Prayer Hands, and I'll throw it on sometimes. I'm a rapper, and I also sing like Barry White when I'm in the shower. I'll throw something on, throw my 16 on it real quick. Hey, what do you?
Fun.
Hey, Mr. Wallace, do you use synth plugins? Any plugins that you?
Nah, no, not really. And I tell you why. Because my stuff is so heavily sample based that when I have to go to a synth, when I want to bring out a pad or a synth, what I do is typically either I play a pad from my motif and play it into my DAW, or if I use one that's in machine, I go into Massive and like deconstruct it and like make it completely strange and weird. I don't play a lot. I don't use a lot of synth instruments, and I don't use a lot of instruments in Cubase at all. That's a realm that I haven't even gotten into yet.
You know what's so funny about you saying that? Steinberg is the company that created Virtual Instruments, VST, Virtual Studio Technology. That came from Steinberg. That's what's so funny about you saying that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I just don't. I do not do it. That's a next step for me.
I just got out. I was I'm still like that. I got a sample. I got some drums. I got some percussions. I got enough percussions and stuff going on. And what I'll do now is I got some bass. My groups I save. I got these 3 sub basses that I work with. Sometimes I'll even like group them together, and I'll
Hmm.
do that. I'm not really a synth guy, but I'm trying to start. I want to start accompanying my samples a little bit, just enough not to take over and take away from my chops, but maybe to have, maybe to help it out a little bit, to sort of like some insoles in your shoes, you
Right.
know, compared to that. But I'm with you. I am. I know there's a lot I can't keep up with, and that one you have it on your Google Plus page to share. You were raving about it. You saying everything you always wanted is in this synth that you had. I don't know if you can remember it right now.
In a synth?
You
Was
were
it the
saying
Spark?
No,
no,
because that's a drum machine.
you were saying something like this is everything that any something that all in one or something. It was red, something like that. It had a
Oh,
red.
you talk about the joint that I just reviewed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Sample Logic. That's Gamelan. It's
Yes.
all
Yes.
like ethnic instruments and stuff like that. No,
Yes.
it Gamelan is cool. I was saying as far as what it does, the type of sounds and the functionality, yeah, it's very dope. They make an entire line of instruments like that. I got 2 more reviews coming out like that. The next one will probably be out. Probably, well, both the next 2 will be out next week sometime.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, Gamelan is probably not where you want to go because it's more like ethnic instruments.
Right.
If you wanted to get something that worked that way, one of these 2 that I'm getting ready to review, either Morphestra 2 or what's the other one? Cinemorphics will probably be more along those lines. You'll see those, like I said, next week. But there's plenty of other stuff that I reviewed you might want to take a look at. Like the stuff that I've done recently would be like Falcon by UVI is really dope. I'm a big fan of that.
What about
Um,
basses? What about sub bass? What
oh, dude, I'm Trillion to the death.
trillion? Yeah, that's right.
To the death.
Yeah, I'm going to if I don't join tonight, I'm gonna join in tomorrow. But I wanna it's time, man. So you guys been I want to be a part of that. And what happened to Mr. Wallace?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm
Okay,
here. My bad.
Oh,
was
he
all
be
good tonight.
incognito, man. Wallace be.
Listen, I do gotta get off. I do gotta get off and I gotta check in with some stuff. I've been off all week and I've been spending all my time down here in my room. So my
Gotcha.
anniversary is on Sunday, so I gotta,
Don't be like
Yeah.
me.
I gotta
I forgot
start
mine.
circling the wagons.
Ha ha.
I've been
You
married
know,
for how many years you been married, man?
6 years this year.
This year?
6
10,
years this year. Yep.
10 for me in August.
I'm going on 5
Praise
years.
God.
Praise God.
That's fantastic, brother.
I always say that you can have $1 million in your pocket, but if you don't have family, man, I think that makes a man rich, man. It's his family. Family around you, man. $1 million won't hurt either, but I'm just saying.
Oh no,
You ain't lying about that.
dog. I don't know about everybody else, but I can at least say that my wife is my partner. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She's my friend, and she's my partner, and then I think that's more important is that we're able to pick each other up or get each other's back when the one is down. We both work from home at these days, and there's months where I'm up, she's down. There's months where she's up and I'm down. Depending on income or whatnot, and that's not the only area. Of course, there's moral support and
Absolutely.
all of that kind of stuff. And I'm
Hmm.
happy to say because I was only getting married once. You know what I'm saying? And I even said for so many years that I wasn't getting married until I was, 40 or so. Because again, going back to how I was thinking, I was a rapper. I was actually coming up in the scene. I started doing a little touring and putting out projects and getting a little fame and stuff. I'm like, I'm about to tour. I'm gonna be out here for 20 years. Then I'll come back and maybe get married. That was my mentality back then. But you know, the way it happened, I'm glad it happened the way it did. I'm glad my partner has my back. I'm happy, dude.
Praise God.
Praise God.
10 years. That's nuts. This is my longest relationship ever, dude. Before her, I couldn't make it to a year. Straight up.
You know, you like they say, it's don't settle on the first one. You try them out.
Right.
Uh-oh.
We've been I'm gonna go ahead and it's 9:45 now. We it was just awesome, man. I didn't expect to be on this long as well. But
Oh, no doubt.
Huh?
No, what I was gonna do real quick was I wanted to get your social media so I can make sure I keep connected with you so we can confirm for Sunday night. What's your Instagram?
Instagram is
Was it Aaron Widebody or Widebody Aaron?
you can get me a DJ Widebody. That's Widebody together. And,
Widebody. DJ Widebody. Hold on real quick, bro. I'm just
Man, hey, Widebody, I was just about to get gigahertz on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But then it's what'd you say?
You coming on?
Well, you would just get ready to say you get ready to shut it down.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I gotta take off, but by all means, don't let me stop y'all. Enjoy each other. DJ Widebody is your Instagram?
Yes, it is.
No, it's Widebody Aaron, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Let me pull because I just got it a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's Widebody Aaron, all one word.
Aaron, Aaron.
Yep.
Yes.
Bet. All right, I'm gonna add you as soon as I get back upstairs, man. But hey, y'all take care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, and hopefully I'll be able to holler at you Sunday night. Widebody.
No doubt, man. And double negative.
DoubleNegativePeople.com is the website.
Okay.
My Instagram is Where Is Wallace.
Where's Wallace?
I got you, man.
Look at me. Where's Wallace, huh? That's a tag. That's a B tag. I got 3 B tags. I got Double Negative. I got where the Uck is Wallace. And I got the Rasheed Wallace dunking in the North Carolina game in Duke versus Duke. Do my 3 tags.
Hey, Mr. Wallace, man, it's a pleasure to meet you, man, and big ups to you, man, and good luck with what you're doing, bro.
No doubt, man, no doubt. It was cool to kick it with you, man, and I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, I'm gonna hit you Saturday, and hopefully see you Sunday, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Bet, man, bet. I'll holler.
All right, peace.
All right, Rod.
All right, man, stay up.
Yeah. I told him come on through.
I appreciate that, man. That's a good deal. We said had a good old conversation.
Right.
You said Hurts gonna come. I'm kind of starting to like this.
Like I said, I hit up a couple cats because I hit up Netmaker, but Netmaker he told me to wish you luck. He was actually bowling on Thursdays.
Oh man,
but he said otherwise he would have came through.
Yeah, I grew up behind a bowling alley, man. That's my little. I used to bowl 3-4 times a week. I'd go to Vegas every year for the Nationals bowl.
Word.
It's another life, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey man, what you got? You had a beat loaded up?
You know what? I can get something. I don't. Yeah, the thing about it is I don't have all my beats on this particular hard drive. I clear my hard drives out like once a year. Huh?
Once a year. You know what? I could have learned from you because I lost a lot of good stuff, man. I got an external hard drive. I used to DJ off of, and I had so much stuff after I stopped DJing. I had everything on there, man. I got stuff that I did back in '99 raps and stuff. You just it's like pictures, man. And I still got that thing, but I don't know. It's gone, man. I should have dumped it a long time ago.
Ah, that's crazy.
What's the shelf life on something like that? 5 years?
On a hard drive?
Yeah, on the external.
It depends on the external. It depends on how often you run it and how much stress you put on it. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I've done the tutorial a couple times over at CMA. I may do it for YouTube also, but my setup in my computer is different from most people. I have Matter of fact, I'm looking at it right now. I have 4 hard drives.
Jeez.
Yeah, in this computer, I got 4 hard drives. I actually have, I got my main system hard drive is an SSD hard drive, solid state drive.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that don't spin, and that's cool for your operating system and to launch your programs and stuff like that. But as far as like having my sounds and saving, saving stuff or whatnot, I don't have that on the same hard drive. That's why I got, 3 other hard drives. I got an instrument hard drive, I got a recording hard drive, and I do PC gaming too. So I got a games hard drive as well.
Mr. Hertz.
Young
What's
Hertz.
happening, man?
Hey, hell, what's good with y'all people, man?
Come on, brother.
Look at this guy. He's just like he's just coming home from work.
I was doing the father thing earlier, man. When you text me, I was in my recliner, done.
We said what?
That's when you hit me up, I was in my recliner, I was done, I was out. Just so happened, this chick who looking for some production, she hit me up, and I looked, I said, damn, she hit me up. Let me see what's going on.
Word. Yeah, because young wide body here, he's getting ready to start up his show, man. So I was helping him out with a test stream tonight. We was trying to make sure he got everything set up and whatnot. You just missed Wallace. You literally just missed him by 2
Damn, man. That's my man. Mr. Wallace hit me up, man. He congratulated me on the Bang Show thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was like, "Yo, pass that on over to me." I was like,
"So you don't need them plans."
Yeah, right. You a hardware dude. Like, hey, sometimes, not entirely.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, congrats on that again, man.
I heard the first round, and I was like, man, and that dude that you went against, man, he wasn't no slouch neither.
No.
Let me tell y'all this. I didn't feel like nobody that was a part of that was a slouch, and I even told Tashir, like, man, I'm gonna lose this. Like, I'm gonna actually just bow out gracefully because I know.
During the first episode, he's like, man, I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna cancel my subscription, my membership.
Right. Because you know what? You know why I said that? Because the joint y'all heard, the very first joints that y'all heard on the second go round, I liked the beat. It was smooth. I was like, dog, why did I do that? Just so happened it all played out because everybody was bringing that smooth, soul stuff. So I was like, okay, I might actually have a chance. So when Tashir asked me to send my second joint, I was like, I'm sorry, the third one. He was like, I said, okay, I can't lose with this one. So no matter how it plays out, I'm just gonna throw. I mean, let the shits fall where they may. And man, it worked out. So I'm with you. I mean, wasn't no slouches on that joint. I want to say AR Music because that's who brought it. Like the first round, that's who brought it. I was like, okay,
killed it, dude.
I was like, man, I said, if I gotta face that dude, I know I'm gonna lose. But
yeah, we were just talking about that because on the second go round, he had like the lower tempo, the smoothest joint of all in the second round. I'm like, man, why would you come that? I mean, everybody was kind of smooth, but his was like the smoothest and the slowest.
Yes.
Man, why would you come?
And I was like, I was digging it though. I mean, I was like, man, wow. And so when I saw that you posted, we have a winner, I said, oh, this ought to be interesting. No lie, I'm at work. I got my phone in my pocket, I got my Bluetooth in, so I'm listening to everything in my Bluetooth. So I hear him, I hear the first round, then I hear me go on. I was like, oh yeah, I lost this one pretty good. I said, it's all good. I heard my name, I was with a customer, I heard my name, I just smiled. And she said, yeah, everything. I said, oh, everything's good. I said, I was just thinking about something. I got back in the truck and rewound the feed so I could actually see y'all reaction. So I'm looking at Tashir. See, I'm gonna have to get some like footage of his reactions to some of these joints, cause some of his reactions, man, they be priceless, bro. They be priceless.
That's what it's all about. Hey, Rod would tell you that. Rod, Rod, Show, and Taurus, I think Locke will probably tell you, it's all about trying to get me to react. That's
Right.
what they do. When they send their beats in, dude, they do all this crazy stuff to try to get me to clown out, and it works.
Yeah, no question, no question, man. I was like, I'm looking, like the first one, the first round got me when I said, okay, so I'm gonna have to send more stuff like that. So he'll out with me. Get this camera right. Yeah, man, but yeah, I appreciate everything, man. Like I said, I was it wasn't about, to me it was more so about just being heard, man. Just putting out some. Throwing some good stuff y'all way. And I'm about to kill y'all about what I'm finna say.
Uh-oh.
I want to say all those last two joints for the part 2, those beats were like at least 6 to 8 years old.
Jeez, man.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying that just to make light of the situation. I'm saying that in truth, like. I put some stuff out there that I was confident in, no matter how old it is. I was just confident in,
Right.
The last beat actually was done in like 08. So.
Wow. Can't do that for the homework. You gotta go hard.
No, no.
Gotta go hard every week. All new creations.
Homework is a different animal. I'm in tune. I'm in tune with that. So, matter of fact, I gotta get you mine in a minute here.
Okay. Cool.
I would never think to drop anything I put out 8 years ago.
You are really low. You're really low, why, buddy?
Let's see. Man, matter of fact, the first joint for the first round, about 8 years old too.
This guy.
So that means he's got a whole arsenal full of stuff.
Oh, dude, you gotta follow him. You gotta follow him on the gram, dude. He's up there. Well, he's kind of slowed down now, but at least I would say 3 times a week now he's posted.
Yeah, and man, before my 3,000 went down, I don't know. I think I've been in I won't say I've been in a rut, but for some odd reason, I haven't been getting up in the morning I've been getting up in the morning. I know what it is though. If I cut that TV on before I come outside to work, it's a wrap. Because I'll watch ESPN, man, for 2 hours before I even want to come outside and do anything. I'm like, damn. Oh well.
How's that 4,000 treat you? I seen you on YouTube the other day. I seen you got that right.
Man, I've had it about a month, I think, close to a month.
Yeah.
I've had it for about a month, and like I said, I'm down to this now because NCX producer, he gonna kill me, man, cause he like, man, throw that my way, man. But
I saw him comment on your joint. I think it was from yesterday. Like, yeah, man.
Right.
Let me get that off of you.
Let me get that off of you. Yeah, he said because the last hangout I was a part of, he was like, yo, they say, man, ain't that a 4,000 sitting back there? I was like, you can see that? Yeah, it's one. And so, yeah, but I'm down to that now because my 2000 XL had a bad ribbon, bad sensors in it, so I got to change that out. And my 3000, man, I broke 3 buttons, and on it, my a button that the most important button of all, which is the button that leads to the sample screen and all that stuff. So.
Oh,
I can't sample anything in it because that button. I mean, I could go in and use my pinky and push the button, but no, you gotta have you gotta have a button there. So, so I got a short term solution for it. I hit MPC stuff up today, and I'm ordering like about 15 buttons to replace. I bought 15. I'm buying 15 buttons to replace a certain group of buttons with another color, and I'm just taking the other ones out so I have extra buttons in case those joints break. So. I've been on it because I ain't gonna say I can't function without the MPC because I hardly ever use the XL, but the 3000 is always on right on top of the desk, and the 4000 is always behind me on another setup, and so it feels kind of weird messing with the 4000, But I've actually done probably about 3 good beats since all my other machines went down, and I still got the Ren, and I still got the ASRX as well. So I'll never be without.
Just got machines. It's ridiculous.
Hey, you know what? You got it's just like a gun on it. You can have a 12 gauge, but you know, you need like a handgun. You need like you need a gun for your sock. You know what I'm saying? You need
a hunting rifle.
You know, right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm the equivalent. I'm the equivalent. I think Overlord might have me, and so a bunch of others, but I'm like you're right. I'm like Isaac Hayes on I'm gonna get you sucker. You know, that's me of the equipment.
That's hilarious.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but why about what you got? What you working on, man? I noticed you was talking. Tashia was saying you're working on a show.
Yeah, it's gonna be something I always want to do. It's gonna be on not just music, but sports, politics, religion, fatherhood. Just this perspective from the common man. Just, you know, how do we get by with, you know, being a father and just certain things, you know, just bring a lot of stuff to the table, man. I got some guys interested around at my job and stuff, and it's whatever, man. I always wanted to do something like this, so now is the opportunity. You know, I'm about to be 40, so I want to, you know, I'm at that I want to start getting stuff done, like the bucket list sort of.
Exactly.
You know. So that's all it is, man. And it's Sundays at 8 p.m., man. I'd love to have you on if you're not doing anything. If you're able to come, I appreciate. You know, I'd love to have you on. And anything. And it just here's been helping me out for a while. He helped me to get to this point.
Feel like he froze up. I'm looking at his.
He fell asleep on me, man. I gotta get some better material, man. Froze on me.
I'll text him.
That's hold on. Damn, I gotta get me a new office chair. You know, I've been sitting on this so long. I'm on the ground. The shocks then went on me.
Oh man, been there.
Yeah, it hurts out there. I seen him. I caught a couple of his. He killing that 4,000, man.
Dog.
I've always heard
everything he owns, man. He kills it.
I heard the 4,000 was real. It's hard to get accustomed to it. So I wanted to ask him, you know, how was the what do you call it, like?
So he comes back here and he freezes up again. So now there's 2 of them in here.
I gotta change my I gotta change my stick, man. It's falling asleep on me.
No, his camera or whatever it is froze up. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I didn't get I just heard the first round when I'm like, man, that guy's he's got a lot of man, it's hard to explain.
Hurts is dope, man. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like I was saying earlier, where, you know, the whole way me and Gadget got together, and you know, we're kind of partners now. It's just crazy how that happened, and then because of that, you know, me and Hertz are cool, and Netmaker, and you know, me and CX, and all these other cats. You know, we just got cool over these last couple of months, and I'm like, damn, this is. You know, you were in that group too. It was just like, damn, this is cool, man.
All a bunch of good brothers, man. Like I said, it was destiny. I mean, I'm not real big on. I am big on things coming around and people being put in certain places for, you know, and like I said, you guys are real good dudes, man. You're talented. You're about your business. You have a passion for this, and there's only fate that brought you here. So, you know, this was meant to be, man.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
Right. Yeah, I heard you talk about the 4,000, man. This is probably the most work that I've had to do operating this thing. Like, I'm used to just going in and, like, you know, a certain button opens up a certain window and, you know, I'm there. But this here, you got to go through a lot of stuff, and I ain't complaining because, you know, it's all about the process. You know, for me, it's all about learning it. You know. I don't have a manual, so I just go in and kind of like experiment and see what's going on with it. But I swear, if I had my druthers, if someone had like a fresh 2500 waiting for me somewhere,
Oh boy.
they can we can swap off.
You'll trade you go 25 over the 4.
Oh yeah, I traded. Man, I missed my. I had a 2500. I used to call it the Night Rider because at one point I had it entirely blacked out. I'm talking about it was black, so I had everything blacked out. I had all the knobs were black, everything, even the screen was black, and I got rid of it. Matter of fact, when I bought the 3000, I ended up selling that and my one of my first MPC 2000 XL, and after I did it, I was like, I might have just messed up.
I heard you in Memphis, right?
Right.
I'm in Florida. I'm from Jersey, but I've been out here about 5 years. And I was talking to Tashir and Mr. Wallace earlier, and I was telling them about what I miss about being home is just the elements you had. Like down here is just all trap. It's no other elements out there, and the kind of trap music that is like that deep, this mumbling. I've heard some good trap music, and the kind of stuff they got down here is just like I don't even hear it on the radio.
Right. I feel you. I'm kind of like I'm trapped in my own world, kind of like being from around here now. To that point, there are a lot of guys like me here in Memphis, so it kind of it helps when you got people like that because for a long time I thought I was one of the select few people that was doing what I was doing at the degree I was doing it. But when you venture out into the scene and you see that this cat is doing this, or this cat is just as nice at doing this as you are, and blah blah blah, and this, that, and the third,
right.
It all makes sense to you. It's a small knit community of the people that's doing it like I'm doing it, and even to a greater degree, I reach out to some of the young cats who are beat makers and stuff, and they hit me up for like
man, connection is bad.
Oh.
Oh
man.
man.
Like, man, you
are auto-tuning like crazy.
Hello?
Yeah, his connection is bad. That sucks.
He froze. He fell asleep on me again.
Oh man! So I gotta go through the whole spiel again.
Yeah, man, dude, you were breaking up really bad. We heard nothing.
Nothing. Let me see.
I heard you started talking about having cats like you in Memphis, and then it started.
Oh, for some reason I just bought a router extender, a router extender for my internet. And I guess I'm testing it out or whatever. But anyhow, just to put it in short term, just being a resource, man, and just I'm not the only guy around here that likes to sample and do. There's a lot of younger cats that's like around that they like what, hey man, I like what you did on this, or I've been checking your Instagram out, man, you've been doing this, and so not only do I acknowledge them, but I always tell them how dope they are. Like, man, look, hey, if I had your talents, I'll stop making beats. I said, I said, you make me not want to make beats, and so they look at you like, oh man, come on, man, you doing it, man. Like, nah, not like you though. You know what I'm saying? But it's a nice community that we got going, and I can understand what you mean, Wild Body, because when people hear that I'm from Memphis, the first thing they're like, yo, you from Memphis? Like, really?
36 Mafia.
Yeah, so
8 Ball and MJG.
Right, and don't get me wrong, those guys have they are legends. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna flip the switch on y'all though. I wasn't a very big three. I'm still not a very big 3-6 Mafia.
Word.
Right there. Man, listen.
I never have been.
They got a couple joints that I like that I can say, yeah, I can mess with them. Like, I mean, the big thing up here when we first started hearing about 3-6 Mafia was Tear the Club Up.
Yeah.
That's still,
well,
go ahead.
What's crazy is like where my mom, we moved from one part of Memphis, which we used to live in this area of Memphis, East Memphis, called Parkway Village. Mm-hmm. And when we moved from Parkway Village to what we call Black Haven, DJ Paul his mother lives about, I'm gonna say about 4 blocks west of where my mom lives at. My mom lives right behind Graceland, right behind Graceland. And so Paul lives like his mother lives like 4 blocks west of us. Gangsta Boo, I went to high school with Gangsta Boo for a minute. She's from my neighborhood. She's around my neighborhood as well. I used to get my hair cut at the same barber shop as Coops the Nicka and Crunchy Black. And a good friend of mine is named Will. He's a dope MC. I'm from around here. He grew up with Project Pat and Juicy J. So it's 6 degrees of separation type of thing going on. But I've never. Now I like Boo. I've been knowing Boo a long time. But I've never been a real fan of theirs. It's like Tashir said, it's a few joints that I truly dig. But in terms of like just being just a diehard, gonna get everything they put out, like
right.
Nah. The 8Ball, oh my God, 8Ball, MJG,
them boys were dope.
MJG
were dope.
And I'm gonna tell you about, if you ever get a chance to look this guy up. This guy, I went to high school with him as well. His name is Player Fly. He's like the predecessor to T.I. If my God, if you ever hear some of his stuff, on a Memphis level, he's like one of those unsung heroes. I think he gave birth to a lot of cats like T.I. and Flip, and I would say, man, Memphis has created a lot of style that people have took for their own. And the crazy part about it is we never say anything about it. Like the whole crunk thing, that birthed it here.
Right.
The whole chop and screw stuff, it started here, man. Like so we had a DJ named DJ Spanish Fly mixes always. Like this was 87, 88, before I even moved to Memphis. So that's crazy. So, but yeah, it's it's a lot of history here, but a lot of young people don't know the history before 3 6 Mafia or 8Ball in them, because they thinking that the musical history for the city started then, where we got, not only a Stax, but you got to take it all the way back to the blues. And, what I'm saying, and the jazz musicians that used to come through here and, do their thing or whatever. But I think when you're more inclined to know your history, let's I always look at Detroit and Memphis as like brother and sister type of deal, because the music. I mean, Detroit has birthed so many styles of music, but people, Detroit don't get its just due when it comes to certain things about music. Disco.
No. People know that a lot of styles and a lot of different types of music come from here. They just refuse to acknowledge it. That's
what I'm saying. Like, that's correct, and that's correct. That's why I always kind of, even you look at the economical how Memphis is set up compared to Detroit. Now Detroit might have went through it worse because the whole automotive industry. Because I got a great aunt who lives in Southfield. So I remember coming up that way, and all of them working for GM. I had like 3 great aunts that worked for like GM.
Wow.
So I remember the highs, the epic highs that Detroit was on. In the late 80s, especially in the early 80s when I was a little kid, and from it going from that to where it is now, and just like Memphis, man, like probably one of the poorest big cities in the country. So their lineage, I mean, that it's so eerily similar, to me. Right. And I think I talked to Fat Cat about 10 years ago about that, and he was like, "Yeah, I would agree." I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. Man, we keep losing you, though. You keep going up and down, like you real low again.
Oh man, hold on.
And you got the Tashir Jr. mic up there, man.
I've had this thing for so long, I forgot I even had it, man. When I decided to try to I got a desk built for me. I just started to be all try to be studio-ish now.
Right.
I remember being a little boy, and I've heard about, back in the day, people going to get, especially like jazz, people getting their starts down there. And it was very, like I say, a lot of people didn't acknowledge that. Only the real heads that knew about music and stuff, they know about it. and I never got that. Just like Detroit, we talking about Motown, you know?
Right.
All the props go to up where I'm from. Like, okay, but there's a lot of more. Okay, we might have started this type of music. Maybe let's go back to Kool Herc, whatever, Marley Marl and whatever. But there's a lot more history out there, and a lot of times, yeah, we do get the credit. They do give us the credit for starting a lot of that stuff out. But like you say, DJ Screws did not invent screw music.
Right.
Your man did. I heard that.
Yeah. I wish I had some of that stuff around, man. But his dude, Spanish Fly's whole mix, his whole thing was slowed down. Like it was slowed down groove, you know. Oh man, but when I hear those things and people say, well, oh man, that's a Houston thing. Like, no, it's not. I said it's not. You know, it's just the whole chop and screw phenomenon started to happen like in the, I want to say the mid '90s, going, you know, that when people started to recognize it nationwide. But down here, that's what we always, you know. I think in Detroit, y'all jit, you know what I'm saying, but here we juke, and so juking and jit. So you know, that's why the lineage with Detroit, man. I always feel like, you know, if you just, despite a few little small idiosyncrasies, that Detroit is just like Memphis and vice versa, you know. Which I gotta get up there, man. Again, I ain't been up that way. Last time I was up in Michigan was probably when I met my wife and we had a family reunion in Flint, and I was like, man, when we leave here, man, we gotta stop through Detroit because I gotta go see Hitchville.
Right. That's crazy, dude. You know what?
So like, nah.
You
so
know
I'm because I got like a laundry.
Uh-oh, we started breaking up. What'd you say? Oh, nice.
I'm done.
Man, your internet connection. You know what's so weird? Your internet connection is always on point. I don't know what's going on tonight.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
You know what? Man, I can tell you what's going on. It's this new. This new router. My old router, man. I got mad at it and threw it against the wall, man, and it broke.
Man, you always, like when we on Gadgets joints, your internet is always on point, man.
You know what? You're right, and like I said, once I'm gonna reposition this router because I got it kind of close to me. If I position it a little bit farther out, I think I'll fix it. That'll be fixed. But I got a 4 or 5 bars. It's good, but like I said, I'm still testing it out or whatnot.
Okay, yeah, because it was the same thing with Rod too. He kept breaking up. I don't know if maybe it's just in the third position. I don't know.
Hey, you got that T3 line over your house, man.
Dude, I got standard Comcast high speed.
Hey, you'll be both. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Oh shit, what's this? Oh, I put that in there. But man, I subscribed to your page, not the community. I subscribed to both of them. Man, I watched. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That was so interesting. I watched you talk about The Nightmare Is Over.
Oh,
bruh,
Yes,
I'm sitting watching this. I'm sitting in my garage. I'm sitting watching this. I'm like, wow. I always tell my daughter, like, or my son, like, don't always be so quick to complain about stuff, because I said, because there's somebody out there that always.
Man, you are breaking up so bad.
Gonna have.
Oh man, that sucks. Can you hear him?
I say,
you know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, dude, you are breaking
out
up.
there. There's always, and we complain about stuff, and there's always somebody out there that.
Looking at that.
Hurts. Man, he is really bad. Wow, that's crazy. Can you hear me, Why, buddy?
I hear you good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Be back.
Now, this should be better because now I got 2 Wi-Fi that I go to, so this one should work better.
Okay.
You like me, man. I I got the normal Xfinity Comcast one, and I got the house one. When the one fell, I go
Right.
next one.
And
Okay.
same here. My wife has an AT&T joint, and I got like a Comcast joint too. So matter of fact, I got 3 of them. So I'm bouncing between 3 of them, trying to pick the better one.
You were left off. You were telling your son and your daughter.
Oh yeah, man. About I was watching Tashir's video, man, about the home situation he was going through, and I try to always reaffirm to my kids that don't be so quick to complain about things. I said, because you never know who got it worse than you.
Right.
And when I saw that video, man, it reaffirmed it even for myself. Like just watching this shit, man. Like I said, you never would know that if he didn't share that with you. You never would know behind the I think Mos Def said it best, be a lot going on but behind the empty smile.
Right.
It's like, just because you see a cat, always elevated on high spirits, you think, oh man, everything all good, but sometimes it ain't all good. And man, when you shared that with me, shared that with on video, I was like, wow, like man, I was blown aback, bro. I was like, always thank your lucky stars, man, because you never know, who got it worse than you, man.
It's been rough, and still kind of dealing with some stuff now, but the big part of it, sheesh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you, man. And like I said, I was like, dude, it gave me another level because to the man himself, it kind of everything is kind of like it's I'm like, wow, man, as much as this dude is endured with this situation, you won't tell because he don't wear it on his sleeve like that.
Exactly.
Right.
I
So,
don't even know what you're talking about.
Man, I swear, if you watch it, you're gonna be like, that morning after I got through watching it, I sat here for a minute like, man, you know what? Damn, like, woo! Like, I mean, the way he was narrating it, it almost made me feel like I was going through it as well. So I was like, damn, man, I felt it, man. I was like, man, that's crazy. Having man, if you get a chance to go, it's on his
It's on the main channel, the
main channel.
Silver Say Music channel.
But it was I ended up on that video because I said when I first met Tashir on the first hangout, I kept saying to myself, hey man, I'm gonna tell you something. That's why it don't pay for anybody to do anything wrong to me because I remember faces like nothing. I never forget a face. I might forget names, but I never forget a face. So I said, man, I know Tashir was somewhere else. Let me rummage through YouTube. Man, I found a video of him trashing the MPC Renaissance. Trashing it, man. Hey, I was like,
no, let me say this. I wasn't trashing it. I was giving the reality.
Hold on, Wild. Check it out. Now, I'm looking at this video, and this is before I actually purchased mine. So, and I don't know how. Oh, I was just looking for video. I was looking for videos that kind of showed it in a good light and showing me some different stuff that I already knew. Because I knew about the Renaissance in September of 2011, and I told myself I was going to get it, but then my finance wouldn't allow me to get it, so I was like, well, I'm just going to stick with what I got. So I goes on one day to look on YouTube, and who do I see? Tashir Say. and his voice is so authoritative. So he's like, his voice makes him seem like he's the authority, right? So I was this close from not getting it, cause I was kind of slick hurt, like, damn, man, he's told his shit on the Renaissance, like, damn. I'm gonna tell Gadget this too. You almost pushed me to the beat thing, man. You almost pushed me to the beat thing.
No, please no.
Hey, right. But on the real though, man. After that, I said, okay, that's where I know it from, because I remember you were so. I won't say you were trashing it, but a lot of even with the points you made, I agree with you. Like, people were putting a lot of stock into it being a standalone, which I knew it wasn't going to be a standalone because for a while I wrestled with the idea of buying a controller because I had an MPD-16. I hated controllers, so I was like, well, only good thing I can see out of this, it gives you the software, it gives you the hardware, and it gives you the ability. Yes. Oh my.
Damn, he got the original joint.
That's what I had. That's my joint. I had that.
Wow.
Man, I paid $79 for it, and after about a week, I got rid of it. Because I couldn't. I was using FL Studio with it, trying to anyway.
Me too.
And I hated it. I like, man, because I couldn't ever get it to sync how I wanted it. So I like, you know what? I'd rather just get this mouse and click these buttons. Hey, a good friend of mine, he's a school teacher here, and he's he plays the harmonica and the lead guitar, and I think he plays the lead guitar as well. His name is Yellow P.
Oh, wow.
And Yellow P is like, hey, what you gonna do with that? I'm like, man, probably gonna use it for probably door stop. You want it? Like, yeah. He said, he's like, what you gonna how much you gonna get rid of it for? Like, hey man, you give me $50, you can have it. That man got paid on a Friday, 4 o'clock, 4:30 he called me, and 5 o'clock he had it in his hands.
Wow.
And so with the controller, like, what made it, because I bought mine like when it first came out. So the only way I can make sense of the purchase for me, because I'm a very economical dude, I don't like paying full strip for nothing, especially equipment. And so I thought, well, if I pay $12.99 for this, at least I'm getting the software, the hardware, and it's an interface. I said, so if you chop that in thirds, you're really spending about $400 for each one, which sounds reasonable to me. So all right, let's roll with it. Because I paid $2 something for Pro Tools when it came out. I paid for a sound card that cost about $2, and I paid for interfaces that cost So it all made sense to me in the beginning. But the cheap bastard in me wish I would have waited until like it dropped to $6.99.
Yeah. I think they did everybody a disservice by doing that because they dropped it damn near half price.
No, they did drop it's half. Like right now, I'm looking at some that's selling on eBay used for like $4.99.
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
But I'm talking about retail. They went from. Yeah. I thought that was way too much for that to begin with, especially for it not to be, what
MPC really are.
No. I would say this: what they built it up to be, because they put it out there and they didn't actually say this is what's happening, and they misled a lot of people.
They did, and would I take it back? Me personally, no, because that's actually the first piece of equipment that I've actually bought brand new. Word. So, should I have waited? Nah, but I look at now how they diminished it. Because the only reasonable thing in my mind by them dropping it like that, they got something on the horizon. But guess what? I won't be participating in that. So
it was the push. It was the not the push.
The touch. Yeah. Right. Which is something that I would probably never invest in. Like,
but what they did, when me and you were talking the other night, like I said, over the years they have improved the software. They have packaged it better with, better instruments and sample stuff, to get you started or whatever.
Right.
I give them massive props for that, and them dropping the price on it has actually got it in more people's hands, especially since they've improved the software so much over the years.
Yeah. So, but you know what's crazy though? They got a new version coming out. It's 2.0. Unless you've bought your like Renaissance or your Touch in the last couple of months, you'll get the 2.0 free if you bought it within the last up until they do the official release. Right. But like old school, the people who've had it since 2012, I've had my RAN for at least since 2012, 2013 maybe. Mm-hmm. I want to say 2012. But anyhow, we don't get that. We had to buy that. We had to buy the upgrade, which ain't bad. I don't think it's bad, but we don't know how it's gonna be priced yet. But
if they're smart, they'll do it like Native Instruments did it, because when Machine went from 1.8 to 2.0,
right,
it was $100 upgrade.
Right.
Yeah. So and it worked out for me because I ended up buying the when they announced 2.0, they announced the studio. So I got 2.0 with my studio.
Right.
But everybody else that stayed with their controller, they had to pay $100 for the upgrade, which I think is still good because it was a complete overhaul of the software with all this new extra complete stuff. The complete element stuff that you get with it now.
Right.
So I think it was well worth it, man, because now you got the time stretching and you can do the complete instrument integration and all this other stuff that they really have stepped it up over the years. Because remember, I was there from the beginning. I bought my machine in February of 2009. The day that they came into Guitar Center, I bought mine.
Right.
For 1 minute. Excuse me for 1 minute. Right back.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, man. I flirted with the idea. Like, even when the machine, I'm gonna tell you something. When the Machine Studio dropped, I was like, what the fuck? Like, man, I was praying to God that it had the sound card in the interface in it.
That's what I actually said that, and I think I said it in that video.
You did.
I know they're going to do that next, but
let me tell you this. I think if they like upped the ante on the next release and did that, I swear to you,
they won't do it. They won't do it.
Right.
If the next,
they don't want a copycat. They don't want a copycat.
Well, and this is no disrespect at all, but I kind of see the interface in the RAM being kind of useless.
Yeah, you talking about the overall?
Just the fact that it has, and again, that was kind of dumb on their part because they made people believe that it was a full standalone or a hybrid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, it's like, okay, if you did that so you can have the MPC sound, which is excellent, coming out of the hardware, okay, nowadays the majority of us are completely in the box. That was kind of dumb.
You know what's crazy about that? I own an MPC 3000.
Mm-hmm.
I've never owned a 60. I've never owned an SP 1200. These are effects that are included within the software, whatever.
Right.
I've made beats on the Renaissance where I put that plug in on top of in the mastering, portion of the MP of the Renaissance software.
Right.
Nowhere close. I would have to tweak because the algorithms for the 3000 compared to what they give you, and it's not even close. Because someone asked me like, man, well, you got an MPC Renaissance, you don't need the 3000. Oh, yes, you do. I've had, and that's no knock. I use the REN, so it's no knock on the REN. But I'm like you, like what makes all this stuff intuitive to me, even with Machine, they're all to me FL Studio still. Because when you look at it, to me,
it's all in the box.
Right, it's all in the box. So
right.
When I first got my Renaissance, a good friend of mine, JBM Beats, he was like, he said, Tay, you got it, man. He said, you know how to work all this stuff anyway. He said, when you get the Renaissance, he said, you ain't gonna be stuck. You're gonna get it out the box. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that, and you're gonna be good. And he right, because I've worked with software first, so I kind of took the backwards road. I took software and graduated to the hardware. Whereas most cats who come from hardware, they're going hardware and they're simplifying.
Right.
So the REN software, because I've actually used a Machine as well. I've used a Machine, and matter of fact, I've used a Machine in FL Studio before.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know this either about the Renaissance. The Renaissance comes with drums as well, just like how the Machine comes with all the sounds and stuff.
Right.
But I never used those drums, and there's some nice drums in there. A good friend of mine like, man, I know you got some drums in that REN. Like I said, all the drums I got is the drums I brought to the table. I said, but when I went to research it, going through the folders and stuff, like, oh shit, I'm like, I got some drums in here.
Right.
So man,
you ever use them?
You over there like?
Yeah, I've used them. I'm gonna say out of probably about 10 beats, I use them about 4 times maybe. And huh?
You good? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good?
I was want to see. You ever use the drum synth in the Machine? Are you big on that?
You know what? When I first started using Machine, when I was first, getting acclimated with it, I would just to move quickly and really find my way around it, I would use like the internal stuff, the factory stuff. But nowadays, with all the the stuff I review, I got drums and instruments for days, dude. So I don't even have a use to use that stuff.
This man got every drum probably ever ever constructed, man. Sure. I thought I had some drums. I got a folder that I've accumulated over the years. It's called the Drum Haven. And man, I'm talking about vintage like Moog drums. Well, there ain't no such thing as a Moog drum, but electro drums like Linn drums and 606s and Oberheim drums. And I'm like, are you really gonna use all that stuff? Yes, I am.
I got an instruments folder. Well, not an instruments, but it's a folder on my hard drive that I normally drop all my drums and samples and instrument samples and stuff in.
Right.
I just went into the properties and I'm letting it calculate.
And you've been calculating since last week, and it's still. I know how I go. I know how I go.
This joint is still going. So once it finished, I tell you how big this, and that's just that thing for like samples and drums and stuff. But I got, me and Wide-Body was talking earlier about, having separate hard drives and stuff, which I do. And I got my system hard drive, which is my SSD that runs all the operating system, and I can launch my programs from there. But then I got the instruments hard drive, which is all my virtual instruments.
Right.
And effects and stuff like that. I got a recording hard drive that I do all of my recording to. It's 148 gigs. That one folder.
Hey.
Yeah, dude.
God.
And there's a bunch of it up on the CMA site. I don't know if you ever went over there, Hertz. There's a bunch of stuff
it's like when you dig like when you go digging and like you already got like everything in Minnie Riperton already done, and you still see another one and you still get it. That's how I like it, to go into the page and get more drums. Like I got enough drums, man, but you can never have. Hey, this new batch that I'm getting for winning the bank show. Man, I'm about to go crazy because ain't nothing like getting new drums. Whenever I get new drums, I'll make any kind of beats.
Right.
I just go through them.
This dude.
If you count like pause tapes,
We talking about that too.
maybe I'm gonna say altogether, off and on, I'm gonna say about 20 years since high school. Like, I started out MCing. And I sing too. And it was hell. Like early on, man, it was just buying cassette singles with the instrumental on the back end, so you can, rhyme and get your shit off. But funny story is, I was in college, and I got my stipend to pay for my books and all that good stuff. A good friend of mine, we went to Circuit City one day looking for a CD. And just so happened, I ventured off and I found a keyboard. Well, let's just say I didn't have books for that whole semester because I bought that keyboard. And
What keyboard was it?
Man, a Casio CTK 611.
Wow.
And if you know that, if you ever see that joint, it's probably like the most like generic keyboard. But I was able. It had a built-in drum set in it, and it made sound. That's all I want. All I wanted to do was make sound. I mean, just create. So I bought that. I think about a year later, a friend of mine, he had bought like this banging ass Yamaha, and he didn't want it no more. So I had two keyboards. I'm gonna say from about 97, 98 to like 99, and I was the drums on the Yamaha were better. So what I would do is I would come up with a drum sequence on the Yamaha, and then I would come up with my rhythm and my melodies on the Casio, blend all that together on a karaoke machine, with the 90-minute Maxell tapes and blend them. Great tapes, baby. High buys, CD tapes, and they worked. I mean, it worked. And then like I kind of like the love wasn't there to make music. It wasn't there. I was dealing with this chick, man, that she really ain't support me in what I was doing. So I was like, I kind of my creativity in terms of making music. I didn't have it. So when I got rid of her, it all came back. And so and I always tell people, man, I've had good friends that say, I'm done with music, and I've tried to quit numerous times, like I'm done. But every time I quit, man, that desire and that love comes back even stronger.
Yes.
Dude.
So a lot of times, sometimes people ask me, man, so making music.
We losing you again. Damn. He be going into some great stories and then it just drops.
He's right about that. You know, your other half ain't supportive of what you do.
Right,
it's kinda
exactly.
hard to be creative, man, because you know you spend a lot of time creating, and they feel like you should be spending that time with them. They don't understand, so it's hard.
Right.
Let's take that creative juice.
Exactly.
But like I say, the love for it, man. I'll do this until I can't.
Yeah, it's that simple, dude. I mean,
Price and all.
you know, dude, going back to what he said as far as not having, you know, the partner that got your back.
Right.
And even if they don't understand it, they know this is what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? And you getting out of my face and letting me do what I do for however long I'm down here or whatever. And then I'm going to come upstairs and kick it with you, you know, or whatever. As long as you let me do what I need to do, that's what it's all about. This is what I love. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? And now it's to the point where this is what feeds my family.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
Going to work.
Right.
See you when it's over.
Right. Exactly, dude.
That's got, like I keep saying, man, that's gotta be awesome, man. You know, that's how you pay your bills, man. Like that's what
I do okay. You know, and you know, cats all the time they think, you know, because I got some gear and plugins and you know, I guess I got a name and all that, and then I do pay my bills doing this. They think that it's all gravy. Like I'm really handling business, you know. But I do okay. I would say that I'm not entirely broke, but at the same time I'm not. Or I should say I'm not entirely rich, but I'm not entirely broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to pay bills. I'm able to keep. You know, keep everybody happy and healthy.
Right.
You know, we've been able to keep the house, you know, this long. You know, that kind of thing. You know, God forbid the car breaks down or whatever. You know, I've been able to take care of it. You know, so that stuff is cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's for me, especially coming, you know, having went through all the crap that I went through that last year at GC. And I was ready to get up out of there anyway. So for me to wake up every day, dude, and this is what I do sitting at this desk, instead of having to go deal with these idiots that I used to deal with, man, and no respect, you know, thankless job and people, you know, backstabbing you and trying to, you know, like I said, I got set up. And later it was like, yeah, well, we know that that's what happened to you.
Right. I was just there the other day selling my speakers, man. They're assholes. This girl tried to get, you know, I did the use thing, and I understand you got to make a profit. So I got these white KRKs, and I bought them for $250 off of Craigslist. I don't know if you guys got Craigslist where you.
Yeah.
So I bought them. Good sound of speakers, but I heard you guys talking about that the other day, man. How the KRKs are juiced up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I bought a Yamaha 5 from a bum. I don't know what he did. How'd he get it? He might have walked in the Guitar Center and came out with it. I don't know. I had nothing to do with it. So I got one Yamaha 5 sitting on the right side in the KRK. So I mean, you know what? Let me just trade both these in or use, and I'll get another Yamaha 5. So I go in there. The girl tries to give me $80 for them. I said,
for the pair?
Me? Yeah, for the pair. I'm like, how much you guys gonna sell this for? So she tried to be politically correct. She didn't tell me. She basically told me they was gonna sell them. She told me $100 for the set. I was like, you guys are not selling this for $100.
No.
So I had to get a manager. Yeah.
Tops. They would have, if they give you 80, they will probably flip the set for $150.
But check this out. The week before, prior to that, I took them to another Guitar Center because there's two in Jacksonville. They offered me $130 for them. I was content with that. So I tried to tell them. I said they just offered me this last week. Well, no one really wants a white KRK. They're a different color and all that. So I'm like, how much?
You got the special joints.
Bullshit. Hey, that's nonsense, man. Hey, if somebody sees some KRKs and they're white, that's on some. That's that, man. People will go after them because they're different. So that's a lie.
The special edition joints, because I don't know if they still do them, but while I was there, they were doing a different color every Christmas. So they did white, they did red, they did
I remember the red
yellow. I saw black. I'm not black. Blue. I want to. Well, go ahead.
So they was gonna give me that. I didn't have the wires, of course, because I was gonna get the new ones and just plug them in. So I got her manager. Her manager said, "Okay, we'll do it. We'll give you 120, and we'll give you $20 because you're trading them in." So she didn't like that. So she's trying to find any little thing on me. Oh, you got your cords? No. Oh, that's gonna be $10 off then.
Nah.
I said, okay, you know what? I say you had to get you a little piece, but that's all right. So I ended up trading them in. But every time I went there yesterday because I was up in Jacksonville, they're really rude in there, man. They don't have any like you're a burden to them. I go in there, I like to play around with they have the stuff set up. You can plug your phone into the test all the monitor speakers. They look at me like I'm crazy. Like, you guys are just. It's not the same. And I've been shopping at Guitar Center since like 2001, 2002.
Yeah, no, it's a totally different game in there, man. Cause I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what's going on. I started at GC. It was September of 2005. I came in on the tail end of what we'll refer to as the old school of GC. In 2007, I think it was. What's your boy? What's the dude that ran against Obama last time?
Romney.
Romney actually owns a company, Bain Capital. Bain Capital bought Guitar Center. I think it was in 2007, and they came through and started changing everything about the culture at Guitar Center for the employees. I'll say that, as well as the way that they do business and whatnot. Some good, mostly bad. So what ended up happening, and I'm part of that, they got rid of everybody that was part of the old school. Right. They found ways to get rid of them. You trip on the carpet, here's a write-up. You sneeze in front of somebody while you're doing a presentation, and they seem to be offended. That's a write-up. Just little petty stuff like that.
Paper trail, man. Paper trail.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me, because I'm telling you, like I was telling you earlier, I was one of the top salesmen in my 2 stores that I worked at in those 6 years that I was there. On top of, I was one of the top salesmen in the district. On top of, I was the only black assistant manager that was next in line to get a store. I bust my ass to get to that point. I was assistant manager for 2 years, and had I stayed, had I continued on the pace that I was going, and within another year or so, I would have had my own store. But it just so happened all this other little fake stuff started happening, and then I ended up without a job, but it was a blessing in disguise, because it gave me the opportunity to do what I needed to do. It gave me the motivation to finally get out on my own. And the reason I didn't leave GC, the reason I didn't leave, Detroit and move anywhere else, or, go to pursue whatever, is the fear. And I'm pretty sure y'all can relate. When you decide that, you got something that you want to do, let's just say, in both of you guys' case, if y'all decided that, screw this, I'm about to quit my job, I'm going to make beats full time. There's a fear there. It should be a fear.
We're going to have one light on in this house.
Right. It should be a fear. It's either fear or stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
And I think to your point, though, like, I think when you I don't know about why, but I know you're a father, and as well as a husband. Anytime you are I'm gonna say the sole breadwinner,
right?
There's always that fear of, because my dad always says, "Man, ain't nothing wrong with chasing your dreams and doing that." He said, "But in the meantime, you gotta have something to kind of supplement them dreams."
Right. Exactly.
And so, you're right. I just had this conversation with my wife. Probably about 2-3 weeks ago, about a month ago, I'll say, And I was telling her, I said, if I told you tomorrow that I wanted to quit my job, you know, making X amount of dollars a year and make music, I said, you wouldn't get behind that because of the, like you said, the fear of, you know, you losing out on certain little luxuries that you're accustomed to.
Right, exactly.
And, you know, I said it's easier for a woman to say, you know, I don't want to do this right here. I want to do this because, you know, in our, you know, view of the world, the man's supposed to be the provider,
Right.
which is true. But when it comes to, you know, fulfilling dreams and stuff like that, a lot of people don't want to go and pursue those things, like you said, based on fear of rejection, fear of failing, fear of not being good enough, fear. I feel like this. If I had all day to make beats, like Pete, like Premier, I'll be just to me. And this is not being arrogant. It's not being cocky. We had this conversation last night. I know that I'm good, but if I had the resources and the you know, the notoriety or the time to, you know, I think I do pretty good with the time that I do have.
Right.
So if I was doing it full time, that means my dedication to it would be on another level, and not to even think about how my dedication is now. I get up in the morning and make beats anyway. So within an hour. So if I can come up with a good beat in an hour, think about what I can do if I treat it like my job. If I got paid, let's say roughly $50,000-$60,000 a year just to do what I'm doing right here every morning for an hour.
Right.
I can stop at 5 o'clock, man, and, you know, be a family man and go do this and do this.
Exactly.
But it all depends on, and what I feel is, your support system. You're only going to be as, you know, good as your support system. If your spouse, whether you man or woman, if your spouse is like, baby, I know you got this going on, I believe in you, let's make it happen.
Right.
You don't, and especially with black people, like black families, you don't get that very often because, you know, I always say that I'm scared of a person that don't have a dream. I'm scared of those people.
Right.
Because those people don't have nothing. They don't aspire to do anything. They don't aspire to, you know. So
yeah, and that was me, dude. I've always said I've always had a great work ethic. I got that from my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've always, you know, there's plenty of times where I walked out of a job because I got tired of it, and I had another job 2-3 days later.
Damn, man, you sound like me.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in my 20s, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm about to say.
Dude,
hey, when I was 20, man, I was a motherfucker, man. I would walk off a job because if you talk to me wrong, you bet your eyes at me wrong. You know what? I was like, you know what? I'm out of here.
Right.
I was just telling my daughter that. Well, my daughter got an 11-year-old. I've been married about 4 years, man. We just came back together and stuff last 5 years, but
right.
You know, 20 years ago, I don't take that, man. You know how many places man, you got me messed up in here.
Yeah.
Your ass.
Right. Hey, and you know, what's funny was, like, when I was about I'm gonna say 22, going on 23, I lost my grandmother, my mom's mom, and I was real close to her because she had raised me, and so I was on this mind trip, like, hey, I ain't no more smiling, ain't no more happy, jovial, joking, Dante. I'm just gonna be on some dark shit.
Right.
And I had the supervisor that was like, he was like a temporary supervisor, but he was always nitpick with me.
Yeah.
So one day, I threw everything I knew to be true to my life, I threw out the window because after work, I followed this dude to his crib.
Oh wow.
Me and my man, who was like real street dude, like, was like, yo. I'm like, dude, I'm finna follow this motherfucker home. I said, this is the last day he gonna fuck with me. Wow. And he was like, he said, hey, man, if you want to do that, shit, let's go. And so at the last minute, man, I pulled it right behind him in his gated community or whatever. And my man was like, yo, he said, hey, man, let's go home. Turn around, man. You don't need to do this. You better than that.
Right.
And he's actually older than me, so I was like, all right, then. Because I didn't want to get him mixed up, because he already had like 2 strikes or some shit. So I turned around, but my mindset at that age, now, you know, I'm not a super violent person, but I don't take no shit off nobody.
Right.
So
right.
If you're gonna be able to do that, be able to take what I give you in return for you give me what you gave me.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
but I'm so grounded now, you can say what you need to say, as long as you don't touch me, we good.
Yeah.
You know. But thank God for growth, man. I swear, thank God for growth, because I swear the dude I was at 19, and I always been the catch y'all see today. I've been the same way forever, but it's just certain things about is paramount to me, and you know, I'm always going to give you your respect, no matter how I feel about you, your views. I'm going to give you your respect, but don't go out of your way to disrespect me, because I'm never going to go out of my way to disrespect you.
Exactly.
Right.
And so, like I said, thank God for growth, man. Because like I said, the 19-year-old 20 me was like, man, yeah, I don't give a damn. Like, you know, I walked off jobs. I didn't quit jobs. I've been quitting jobs, man, since 16. Like, man, oh, yeah, I got to roll silverware. Oh, I'm out of here. I ain't taking it out. My mama don't talk to me like that.
Well,
man,
Hertz, let me say something real quick. Now, you know, even more you're more passionate about it, because I'm saying ways you. I don't start any trouble with nobody. I don't disrespect somebody. If somebody come across and disrespect me, I'm ready to roll, because I didn't give you no reason.
Right, exactly.
To come outside of your neck that way. So I can see if I maybe presses you a little bit, or nitpick with you, or got your buttons, press your buttons, and
indeed,
then, you know. But I'm the coolest dude, down there in the world. I don't
right.
I'll never give it to you.
Exactly, and that's how I feel, man. Like I said, I've gotten better. I think when I had my daughter, it finally set in. Like, you know what? You want to be around to walk her down the aisle. You don't want to be caught up in no dumb stuff. So, so you know, man, I've never been that type of dude. That truly knows me, know I'm very, like, I joke, I kid a lot, and I love my music. And when I get home, I don't fraternize with a lot of cats. If I'm either in the house watching sports, dealing with my kids, or watching talk to my wife. Once they go into their little worlds, I come into mine, and you know, and that's the thing. But I love, you know, back to what we were talking about earlier, though. I just think that when you got somebody that's with you in the trenches, no matter if it's music, no matter if you're trying to get a small, you know, Whole Food store off the ground, whatever the case may be, you need somebody who's grounded enough and, you know, like-minded enough to kind of like help you see this thing through, even if it fails. Show me that you got my back on it, and that's what I commend. I commend. Like, I've never met anybody's spouses or whatever, but I commend Gadget wife for letting him, you know, take 3 hours of his night, man, to come, you know, kick it with us. I commend your wife for letting you, you know, set up for doing your thing. Why bother you as well? Anybody who has a better half or worse half, and let you do your thing. My wife will tell you, she say it all the time, like, you know, you love music more than you love me. And I got to a point where she said it so much, I was like, I'm glad you understand that. So we were talking about earlier how, you know, like, if I had to choose between my wife, I'm probably gonna choose music, because the thing about it is, I'm never going to equally put music in my love for you on the same scale, so because it doesn't compute. Right. Yeah, it doesn't compute. You know, so for you to say, it's like, I know one year I did a project for this husband and wife duo, and I think I made like $800 off of the projects, just off the beats alone. And so I took about $300 of those dollars and put it in my wife's hands, and I let her take my kids on a summer trip somewhere. I couldn't go because at the time I was working for the post office, and my time was all screwed up, so I couldn't go. But when she's like, yo, I need to go, I want to go here, but I ain't got the money to do this, and blah blah blah, put it in her hands, say, hey, y'all have a good time. So the thing is, when I win, we all win. Right. You know, so if it's doing this or doing, you know, my wife didn't even know I was part of the Bang Show doing it. I ain't told her because, you know, that's not her lane. You know what I'm saying? That's not her lane. So I respect that though. Like when I first got FL Studio, I swear I can tell you that most of my time was spent on the floor sleeping, because I would make a beat and I would go to sleep while the beat was playing. I would get up, hear stuff, mix it down a little bit better, get out of that one, make another beat, and so like bed, I'd be there in 5 minutes. 5 hours later, I'd be there in 5 minutes. So that man, I'm telling you, I think my ritual was like at that time I was working for the government. I worked at the airport for TSA or whatever. Okay. And so my mornings would start like 4 o'clock in the morning. I get off like 12:30. I would come home 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock till about, I'm gonna say 2:30, 2:45. I would make beats, go pick my son up, bring him back home, get him started on homework, feed him, kick him out the way until she get home, and I would make beats up until it was time for dinner. Ate dinner, made more beats. So on any given day, I could crank out 5 beats. Off days, I was making 10 beats a day, and the most beats I made in one day is 25. I made 25 beats from 7 o'clock in the morning to like 8 o'clock in the evening. This was like
this dude just said I made 25 beats in one day.
Hey, I have a witness that'll attest to it. Like
this dude just said 25 beats in one day.
25 beats in one day. I think my second best was like 15. Jeez. And after that it just started getting like, well, I'll do 3 in a day, or depending on how the flow. Like if I got new drums, that's what happened. I got some new drums. And when I got the new drums, I was going through every kick, and I was gonna make a beat out of every kick, every snare, every hi-hat, all that. So that's how a lot of that stuff ended up, birthing itself or whatnot. But I will never stop doing music again. Like Widebody just said, man. Until these fingers cramp up with arthritis, I'll be banging out pads with my nose or my elbows and shit, man. Because that's the lifeblood. So even if I'm not making beats, I'm a songwriter as well. So I just had a conversation the other day with a young cat who I'm friends with. He just did his first play back in November.
Word.
And very very successful play he did. And me, him, and another friend of mine, we always on the phone, and they're always talking about ideas about new shows that they want to develop and new plays and stuff. And I always found it intriguing that the creative process. I love being part of the creative process, even if we're just talking ideas out. I love that process of throwing out ideas and seeing how they work against what we're trying to do, and I mean, I think. Like you said, Tashir, I think you call it when you're a creative, when you're a person that loves to create, man, you can't see yourself not creating,
Right.
Yeah. So like that's why, like Sundays I might not make a beat at all, but if I don't make a beat, I'm doing something to where I gotta, put my mind to work,
Right.
And so
exactly.
That part of me will never die. That's why when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna stop making beats. I'm gonna start doing music," as long as your mind is like Widebody just said, as long as it's wired to do that, you're gonna do it incoherently and be like, "Oh shit, I was just, damn. You know what?
Yeah.
I gotta get on it again."
Right, yes, sir. I agree 3,000%, dude.
B.A. Mac like your video. B.A. Man, I'm a fan, bruh.
Mac is so
Uh-oh. Now he dropped out.
Yeah, I was about to call back. I was about to got my wife. I gotta go get the family time. I was only gonna be here for a half hour.
Oh man, yeah, you finna get kicked out, man.
Yeah, look, man.
My wife had made right. My wife is she's a teacher, so they had like parent teacher conference tonight, and I think she had picked my son up from work too. So that's why I ain't biting the bullet either, because she ain't made it home yet. It's me and my little girl, and she ain't made it in yet. But man, but she knows where I'm at. If I ain't in that recliner watching ESPN, I'm out here. She knows that already. I think she didn't gave up. Like she didn't really gave up on trying to reform me in terms of music. She puts up. She deals. She's a champ about it, because man, I'm telling you, it's time consuming. I tell people, if you're gonna do beats, man, if you're gonna make music is a time consuming thing, but it's so much love. If you put a lot of love in it, man, it's almost like your child. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So
I could never think. I mean, I always gotta, even when I wasn't really into making beats. I had something going on. I had
Right. Because you're a DJ. Yeah, because you're a DJ.
It was hard there. Where I was at, I got laid off, man. Job market was real bad, so I DJ'd
Right.
on the side anyway. So I'm like, well,
Right.
I go out and I get a gig right off of one gig. So I just kept it moving, man.
Exactly. And sometimes you gotta move like that, man. Because you sit down and get complacent, and you try to if you be in that mindset of war is me, you ain't gonna get nothing accomplished. But you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving.
Right on,
That,
man.
that's that hustler's aesthetic.
Gotta be a hustler to do this. I mean, if you wanna do some quality work, you gotta hustle, man. You gotta have a little passion. You gotta drive, man. I was gonna ask you, man. Do you work with any artists or anything? Do you do any like
man,
right now?
Like right now, I'm working with one now. I just got hit up today about the possibility of working with some people locally here. I've always worked with. I probably put more energy in working with other people than I put on myself. So, like there's an artist that she's from Milwaukee, but she lives in the Bronx. Now we've done a lot of extensive work here and there, and a few people locally here. I've done a lot of stuff with people all across, like nothing on the major label stuff, but the chick's her name is Signif, and we've worked from MySpace days until like her last album was called Friction, and she had Elzai on there, Sadat X. Yes,
hey,
she was working.
Man, I don't know what happened.
Like SIGNIF.
SIGNIF. You can write down also Power, PAWWAH, the poet. And you can look for Future, PHUCHA. If you can YouTube those things, you'll see a lot of my work. You'll see a lot of my work on all three of those people. I got an EP coming out with a guy here in Memphis named CBon, which is he's a real entertainer, MC type of dude, DJ. So me and him are collaborating on an EP together. I'm actually in the works. I'm working on my own EP. It's gonna be me singing. It's gonna be my soul EP that I'm singing on and stuff.
This guy.
And so I'm working, but I'm trying to in the past it's always been about like me being behind the music, like not put me in front, because coming from the era of me singing and MCing, I did all that, not on no grand level, but I'm like, yeah, I've done it. So I just want to sit back, and then when I started producing and taking it real serious, I didn't care if I wrote another rhyme or wrote another song or whatever, but it's still people that want to hear that a project in terms of me singing. So I said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put together like a 5-song EP type of deal, get it done, put it out, and then be done. So I can fulfill that quota.
Right. Talk to me, man.
So
that's dope.
Yeah, man. Because I get people that come up to me all the time that I know, like, hey, you still singing? I'm like, yeah, I do my thing or whatever. Like, I'm still waiting for this project. I'm waiting for this project from you, man, because you too talented to do this. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right. But I owe it to myself to go ahead and do it, because I have a lot of ideas. My mind's like a constant turning wheel. Like, even when I'm asleep, I have ideas like that. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes I can roll over in the bed at night, and I'm like, man, I want to go down. When I get up in the morning, I come straight down to the machines. And like, if I got an idea at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going downstairs. I can't lay in the bed all night, all morning. I can't. I'm not. Once my eyes open, it's a wrap.
Same thing.
It's a wrap.
Even when I'm tired, I can't. No, because I'm gonna miss out on something. I gotta do something. At least one decent beat a day.
Right. And that's all I strive for, man. If I could do just one, it used to be about doing 5 and 10 in a day. But if I could do one quality joint, it'll top 25 quantity joints any day.
I need to ask you this, both of you guys, this. I make a lot of beats to where if that day's up and I'm not finished with it, I won't come back to it the next day. I have a problem coming back to beats because I want to create more stuff. If it's something I really like, I will go back to it and try to touch it up a little bit. But
It's
I'm
funny you
not.
bring that up because I got some stuff that's actually I've been working on over the last few months. It's I guess you could say like a vlogging series on top of I would more call it of a like a motivational series, motivational
Right.
speaking series. But y'all familiar with TED Talks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm getting ready to start over at CMA. I'm getting ready to start posting them next week. They're Taj Talks.
Tosh toss. Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
And I cover a variety of topics, and one of the topics is throwaways or just I guess it would be throwaways.
Mhm.
And they're always good to, and maybe what you're not talking about is a throwaway, but something that you bang out, you got it done for the day, you move on to the next one. They're always good to come back to 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and you could actually complete them. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I found, because I'll sit here, like, I was telling you that I cleaned out my hard drive, so I don't have a lot of my beats or projects on this particular hard drive. But I've sat there and found skeletons of beats that I started 2-3 years ago that I'll pull them up and then I can go back in. Oh, no, now I'm wiser. I got newer tools. I got the sound that I didn't have then that I could actually use for this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a beautiful thing.
Mhm. I agree with that. Like, this is what I do every day. So I guess what you're saying is like every beat is a throwaway beat when I started out, because if you look at most of my my Instagram videos, those are 15-minute joints that some of them, as soon as I'm done with them, I hit the power button. I don't save them. So and I'm gonna tell you why I started to do that. Because it all came from watching a YouTube video that actually had Frank and Dank and Dilla was in the Dilla Studios or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And Frank was like, "Yo, don't fall in love with no beat, because that nigga will cut that machine off."
Rules in studio.
Right. So but me looking at that video, it started to sink in. Like, why do I fall in love with a beat, to the point where, like, oh, I gotta say this, when the challenge is I should be able to cut that machine off and go back and get those same chops and do that beat. So so when I do a Instagram video and I erase that beat,
Mm-hmm.
the confidence that I have now as opposed to 10 years ago, I wouldn't have done that 10 years ago. Now I can do that because a lot of times I have my chops already designed, and I remember chops. Like, I remember specific chops. So if I gotta recreate it, if a cat is interested in that beat, now if it's a organic beat, I'm probably gonna keep that. But if it's a beat that got samples in it, I can get rid of it. But if a person wants that beat that bad, okay, let's talk turkey, because I can recreate the beat.
Right.
But that comes with trial and error and your confidence level. Like I said, I got a homeboy right now that I've been cool with him for eons, and he always, when he used to be with me, I'd be making beats and like, man, I don't like that. He said, don't throw that away. Keep that, because you come back and build on it later. I kind of liken it to when your mom's cooked dressing, cook turkey and dressing, and you eat it for that first day, but the second day when you go back and get it, it's so good because the seasoning it had a chance to sink in, and that's how I do beats. Like, if I make a, like the shit said, a skeleton, I'm like, I'll come back to it. So the next day I come back to it, I'll sit back and be like, it needs this. To where I'm satisfied with it, I can rest easy knowing that I've tried my absolute best and I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's real tough.
Yeah.
That's real tough.
But I don't throw away anything unless I get real confident and cocky making beats and be like, you know what, I'm me. Cut the beat off.
Hey, Gigahertz can do that.
Hey, well, you know, I ain't the extra producer, but you know,
you do what you want.
I do what I can. I do what I can, man.
Well, look, fellas, I need to go and get some rest. I'm gonna eat a little bit before I lay down. I need to bounce out though.
Okay.
Well, this was excellent.
This is cool. I hate I miss Mr. Wallace though, man. I want to get on his case, but I get up with him though.
Sunday, 8 p.m. man. I'll send the link out if you're interested, man. I'd love to have you on.
No doubt, yeah.
This year, you gonna be able to be on?
No,
remember. That's why I was saying I came through tonight
No.
to help you out.
No, hey, you call him. You call him. There's gonna be a gone fishing sign in the. You ain't gonna see him. But hey, on that note though, man, like I thought that my stepfather was like a wrestling nut. Hey man, I'm telling you, man. When you told me that you that much of a wrestling fan, you know,
WWE?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, my stepfather. I used to watch like all this shit with him, like, cause you know Memphis is a wrestling mecca, so a lot of people got this start here in Memphis. Even on the wrestling, man. See, Memphis got a lot of history.
Yeah.
You know, we used to watch the.
Jerry the King Lawler's from Memphis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he raised anything wrestling related, he's behind it here. Like we had our local wrestling. We used to watch the Texas wrestling with the Von Erichs, AWA, Kerry Hennig, the other wrestler with Iceman, right? Iceman King Parson and Skandar Akbar. I mean, I go back, bro. I'm not. Let me tell you what did it for me. We had a live taping for a wrestling. We had a local wrestling show here that the Lawler was behind, and I don't know if you remember the Moon Dogs. The Moon Dogs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, yes you do. Cause they were the WWF for just a minute. Yeah. So it was this cat wrestling against the Moon Dogs, and the Moon Dogs hit him in the head with the soup bone or whatever. So dude squirting blood everywhere or whatever. I'm like, oh man, yeah. So after the match, I see the dude. He all prepped out and shit with his collar shirt on and his khakis and shit, and he's shaking hand like, hey man, thanks for coming and blah 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 blah. I'm looking at his forehead. I'm like, damn, he ain't got no stitches. He ain't got nothing. He got a clean face. I was 14 years old. I was done.
Hey, if you guys will let me send a couple shout outs real quick.
For sure.
Got Right As Rain Anderson. It's gonna be a new artist I'm gonna be working with.
Shout outs.
Right as Rain Anderson. She's on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Also, I'm working on a mixtape with the Jersey Sun. We're gonna come out a mixtape. We're supposed to be dropping it on the 1st, but we're gonna wait. It's gonna be called In Moderation. It's gonna be like a small little EP.
I like that title.
Got half of it done. I still got a couple more songs to do, but check the Jersey Sun out too.
Okay.
He's on SoundCloud, and if you guys want to send any plugs real quick.
Hey man.
Man, shout out to Wide Body man for inviting me on, man.
Wide Body.
Thanks
Yeah.
Hey, I like that, man. You might have something there.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But thanks for just having me along, man. And I'll definitely be checking you out on Sunday, man. Like I said, you shoot me that link. I'll probably be around. Actually, I'm on call, but don't nothing stop that, man. I'll tune in. I'll just send me the link. I'll get it done.
Hey, thank you, Tashir, for letting me showing me what I had to do on this. This wouldn't even happen tonight, man.
Right, no doubt.
You should be good. You should be good now going into Sunday. You're gonna be good from here on.
Yeah, I'm
You're gonna be teaching me stuff about Google Hangouts and running the show.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Wide Body in 3-piece suit. Hi, DJ Wide Body here. And you're asking yourself, how did I make this happen? I'll show you.
I created a monster.
Right.
Wide Body gonna start doing tutorials. I can't wait.
Right.
All right, y'all.
Well, peace, y'all. I'll get with y'all Friday, man.
All right, man. Later on.
Later.
Cool. Peace.